Where the hell's my notebook?
That's a good question. You should probably have it. Hello,
You've got
everyone.
30
Welcome to
seconds to
Crabby
find it.
DMD. I am here with Ellie, who's gone to find a notebook. There we go.
Oh, I
Kirv,
thought they were gone.
Here.
Hello.
Mortar,
Hello.
Romulus,
Hello.
and Vinny.
Hello.
Wonderful. We have everyone here. We are back to our full strength and capacity. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we'll have to find out. Yeah, nothing to announce. Back on the usual schedule now that everything's in place. So, let's begin. Welcome, everyone. Last session, our party of adventurers, Beau, Ellie, Carvern, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had separated after arriving at Vinny's mother's home, with Ellie and Mortar heading out into the wider city in search of assistance. The rest of the party stayed back to protect Carol and prepare for whatever may await them. So, given the nature of where we are at, we will go to the house as it stands. As Vinny, you were about to ask Carol various questions regarding the local area, more specifically about any neighbours within the last year or if there had been any abandoned buildings. I'm also going to post one of the other bullet points you told me to copy across, because I forgot about that.
Nope.
Vinny?
This.
Yeah, if you're talking,
Yes.
brother, we can't hear you at the minute. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, we'll discuss that point once we're all back
All there.
together, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you,
All right. So
you in this moment approach
Sorry.
your mum. She's otherwise at this point. You've had tea, you've had cake. She's been taught to do some basic self-defense by Romulus. There have been some demonstrations using Mortar and Kirv and Beau and so on and so forth. In one way or another. And at this point, she kind of takes a little bit of a break, heads to the kitchen, and begins to kind of just wash up the cups and the dishes that we used for cups of tea and stuff, and puts the kettle back on for another drink should anyone need it as you approach her in this moment. Vinny?
thank you for putting us all up at such short notice. I'll try and make this as quick as possible.
That's okay. It's something that needs to happen. It's okay. We'll get through this.
Yes, we will. In spirit of that, I wanted to ask you some questions.
Of course.
We need to be quick about this. I don't know. I don't like the idea of us being vulnerable.
She hands you a tea
And
towel.
more importantly, I want you to be able to get back to business as normal.
Okay. What do you have in mind? I'll answer as best I can.
Have you noticed anything changing in the neighborhood? Anytime in the past year?
Something strange?
In neighborhood.
Look good.
Okay. For
Any
Jamie,
specific-
Rebecca, or Jamie, Rain, and Dan, please go ahead and gain inspiration, because I was trying so hard to withhold myself from saying that, and then I did, and you all followed on. Okay. Around
I've
the
had
area,
inspiration in ages.
No.
There's not much that I can say has changed as of late. I mean, people come and go in the city as a whole, in the specific area around here. Not much. Most of the people here in this particular area are of the, dare I say it, older generation. But no, nothing's really changed. In terms of abandoned buildings, I don't know. I know that various shops have shut down along sections of the main thoroughfare leading down towards the coast. Most of the industry and shopping has moved down there, and the smaller shops that haven't been doing so well are, they're still here, but some of them have died off.
Okay, that'll be good to investigate. No particularly interesting new neighbours.
Not particularly, no. I mean, like I said, there have been new neighbours, but they've been, like, several houses over. It's kind of you hear that someone's moved out, or someone's passed away, and then somebody else has moved in, but you haven't been introduced. It's a lot like that. I do go to various places. I go to a crocheting group. We get new members there every so often, but it's, well, I say so often. Usually maybe once a year we get maybe 1 or 2 new members, or we lose 1 or 2.
Does that mean there might be a couple that moved in recently?
Possibly.
Joined recently?
There was one who joined recently. Can't say I know her all that well. She joined as basically something to do while just in the evening. She'd been living with her sister, and she needed something to do while her sister was at work.
I mean, on its own, that's not very suspicious.
That's the best I've got,
But
I'm
it's worth
afraid.
investigating. Okay, well, we can look into that. If any shops did close or slowed down in terms of business, then something could be happening there.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, if that's the case, then the nearest one that closed was the old corner shop that you used to go to on the way back from school.
Oh no.
Yeah, they weren't able to keep it up anymore, money-wise, and they closed about 2 years ago. Various individuals have taken it over and then sold it on again, and there have been talk of taking it down and turning it into housing.
Did little Vinny have a little school uniform?
Sorry, one second.
Goes to attack Kirv. No. Don't take down all the pictures of Vinny when he was little.
Runs
Kirv, go
upstairs,
ahead and roll
just
me an
hides all
investigation
this
check.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's not going to be great.
What is it?
Do you have inspiration?
Oh no, that's literally just. No, I'm not fucking using my inspiration. on
Yes,
this.
you are. Do it.
No, I haven't. It's always all take 2d10 psychic damage. It's never all get inspiration. I'm holding on to this for dear life,
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
and it's a 0.
That's a 0. Okay.
I rolled a 2.
You-
My modifier is -2.
Okay, you have a look around for.
I don't know
pictures
what
of-
school is.
Yeah, you don't know what school is, and the idea of Vinny in a school uniform and being younger is like, oh, maybe that. Like, most people will go, oh, maybe there's like a little book that we could ask Carol about and she'll show pictures of Vinny when he was little. But for you, it's a Vinny was little at some point. But that's about it. Like, pictures weren't taken or painted or anything. It's just...
World's greatest detective.
Yeah, world's greatest detective. Vinny was young at some point. Full stop. That's the end of what your natural 0 gets. Or your unnatural 0, sorry.
And then Vinny was born once.
Possibly.
Possibly. I'd need to contemplate it.
Have you known
Yeah, I
anyone
was
else to
gonna say,
be
we need
born
to
a
know
second
something
time?
Born again. I mean, in a religious context.
But what about physically?
Oh yeah, sorry, did I forget to mention?
Well, I don't know. He could have been summoned. You know.
That's
Could have
true.
been what?
Summoned.
Summoned.
Oh, yeah, he could have been.
Just like
Is
Kirv.
Vinny secretly another one of Ellie's summons?
Yeah.
Oh God.
This whole time it's just been a fever
No.
dream. All of you are at least summons.
Oh,
Yeah,
the voices
Vinny's
in my
parents
head.
decided to adopt from a disadvantaged neighborhood. Hell.
That's one hell of a disadvantaged neighborhood.
Anyhow. So yes, it hasn't. There's not really been much change around here. There have been like new houses built and such, but not much has changed.
Hmm. Well, we'll have to give it a look over.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure out what the best way to do that is.
Of course.
By the way, I don't suppose you've ever heard of a guy called Lord Trustin?
Can't say that I have. Did you mention him in one of your letters before?
Possibly, but if I did, I wouldn't remember. That's Mum, you're a genius.
Yep, I just had a brainwave as well. Yep.
Thank you.
I don't suppose I could look back over some of those letters if you kept any of them.
Oh, of course, I kept all of them.
Not the most recent ones, but from a while ago.
Yeah, I've got all of them.
That's good.
She
That's
Well
really
done.
good.
Well done, man.
she
Good shit.
Nice.
she otherwise kind of wipes her hands, goes upstairs, and doesn't take her long as she opens up her wardrobe and pulls out kind of this almost a shoebox out of that, opens it up and just kind of goes, I've got all of your letters from several years ago when you first joined up with your group back then. With the first one. Then yeah, I've got it all here.
Right,
And she just kind of goes, they're also all in date order. If you could keep it like that, it's nice and organised. I just put the new one on top. It makes it nice and easy after I've read it.
Okay. I want to go through these letters and find the ones from the period where Vinny lost his memory.
Okay. This will take you several hours to sift through all of this, as you do roughly write a letter like once every 2 weeks or a month or so.
Yeah. Just for the moment, I want to identify which ones those would be.
Yes. Yeah. I'll say go ahead and make me an investigation check with advantage due to the fact that you have this kind of physical evidence before you, and it's very well catalogued, and you have been consistently sending these letters.
Okay. With advantage, you said?
Yep.
Well, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's... Is that? Yeah,
what?
no? Okay. That's a 28.
Nice.
Nice.
You begin to look through these letters, and over a period of time, which is fairly extensive, you kind of look through, you identify which ones are from that kind of period of time, that block of time when things were going on. You have a look through, you note that there is a visible gap between when you would usually send letters. And as you're just having a look through, at first it's difficult to notice. It's just kind of, there's a bundle of letters you look through and such. But you note that as you're going through, there is seemingly a jump from when it was stamped to be sent. There is a jump from one to another of about 2 months. There was a 2-month period where you didn't send letters, which, given how diligent you've been, is very peculiar. This potentially could have been during a time when you were in operation and you weren't able to send letters or anything. But you've identified that there is potentially a gap, but there is a big chunk here of letters that you can go through. And if you would like to, with that 28, you proceed to go through them over the next few hours. Would you like to do that? I can't hear you if you're talking, Simon.
Yes, so I'll mention to the rest of the party, just before I do this. Mum didn't have many ideas, but did drop a couple of leads. There is an old corner shop that went out of business relatively recently, quite near here. If someone sinister has moved in and set up in an abandoned building, that would be a good place to check out. I'm going to stay here and try and follow up on something Mum's just suggested, but if any of you want something to do in the meantime, that might not be a bad idea. Just be careful if it's not the whole party going.
I mean, me and Romulus aren't the most stealthy party members. I wouldn't want to go to the corner shop and reveal our position.
If we go somewhere, we will see. I don't know if I'm here, but I'm assuming I am.
You are, yes. You're
Yeah.
So currently it is Beau, Carvern, Romulus, Kirv, and Vinny in this particular conversation, as Ellie and Mortar are about to hit the pub.
Perhaps we should stay put until the others get back.
That's probably a better idea. Would you like to help me with these? I'll hold up
Kirv's
the relevant
brain
letters.
goes dizzy looking at all of the writing. Do you need them shredded?
No, I was actually planning to read them.
Oh. Good idea.
Figured I should learn at some point.
You right there, Romulus?
No, I just had the realization of what those letters mean, and well, that is certainly useful.
It's a bit-
Sorry, go on.
So I know it's a bit tangential to our goal here. But
Whatever
it's
help-
possible it might. Any information we can get about anything to do with the Sons of Silver would be useful.
And anything about your missing memories.
Indeed. Oh, the other thing I'm going to suggest is that at some point we try and head more into town and see if the late Lord Truston has any business interests in the area. If he has anything on the books, that might point in the direction of any secrets he's holding as well.
This is a town, not a village, right?
Technically, this is a city because this is one of the 5 capitals.
Oh, is it? Wait. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize. Okay. Any business interests would likely have been filed with the local magistrate or governmental body, so we could probably find some record of any businesses in the local area. Might be worth checking out.
Indeed. Lord Truston's business interests are about to become a point of some significance as soon as that news gets out. So we might want to be quick about this. Possibly not a great idea to split up too much, though, so
No.
let's try and do it as soon as possible.
I am best served on protection duty rather than anything stealthy. I think that's fair to say.
Beau says the same. That Beau's better at killing than following paper trails. Unless it involves demons.
But you do have more stealth.
Suppose that's true.
Why don't... Okay. I'll stay on in here. Beau can also hang around, but you might also be able to scout around for any untrustworthy characters.
As much as
That might be a good option.
As much as that might be a good option, I'm a hume. If I go wandering around in this city, which so far from the people that we've encountered are more like you, I think I'll stand out a lot more than you will.
True. All right. I'll stick with your mother. Beau, you can be our ranged defense there as well. But keep an eye out around the local, through the windows if you can, because you've got more ranged options.
Okay.
Cat is very visible, but very good when it comes to admin and paperwork. So she might be able to assist with that if you can cover her up.
When she gets back.
Once they're... Yeah, we'll wait for them to be finished. In the meantime, then, do you all want to help me with these?
Absolutely.
I'll do my best.
Okay. I will say, in this instance, given the high roll that you've already got, I don't think either of you two would be able to beat 28. So I will say,
Nope.
Romulus and Kirv, each of you roll a d20. If you get a natural 20, we will take that instead and add that to Vinny's total.
Nice.
Does someone need to roll for you, Romulus?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I can do that.
Vinny can roll.
Oh,
I've
okay.
already rolled.
You know what?
how
I'll
it
take
is.
a curve.
I already rolled.
Settle for Kirv.
That was that was an 18, so it doesn't beat Vinny's 19.
I'm going to roll anyway and see what it would have been. 17.
Not bad.
And if Vinny rolls, just for funsies. If it gets a nat 20 now, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
Yeah, sure. I'll roll one of your dice.
A 6.
Yeah, Okay, I'm happy now.
Okay. So, with this time being spent over the next few hours as you begin to look through these letters, begin to read through as best you can. Kirv, remind me, you can't read Common, can you? You can read Infernal, but you can't
that
read
true?
Common.
That's very funny.
You come from the Hells. So I would like you to go ahead and roll me a performance or deception check to cover up and blend in
Oh my
with
God.
your fellow party members and who can read Common.
Poor girl.
That's a 17.
Okay. You blend in relatively well. However,
Yes.
Vinny, having a very astute eye for this, does see through your
Yeah.
deception and knows that you're more there for moral support, and proceeds to go through and reread all of your letters that you're going through, while asking you to check the letters that he has read thoroughly to see if there are any hidden details. With that, our vision now swivels to elsewhere in the city. As evening is approaching, as it is now getting to the time that shops are beginning to close, pubs have been open for a little bit, but they're hitting more of their regular sway at this time. You were looking for a run-down tavern of some form, or a dive bar, or somewhere grotty.
Basically, yeah, the intention was Mortar was very much like, I need to sit down for a minute and just drink. I need to have a drink. And then Ellie was coming along and he was kind of like, should I? And then she was like, yeah, you should. And I was like, yeah, I should. So.
Okay. So, I would
Yeah.
like both of you to make me a survival check, if you please.
Ooh.
Just to see if you can find anything within the area that might be of particular interest.
Goodbye
Or
for a
fit
sec.
your specific description.
Oh fuck!
Okay.
Don't rely on me.
Yeah.
Fine.
You also
Is
still
there
have
a
your
roll
guards
to
escorting
get
you
the
as well.
parent sense?
4. I got a grand total of 8.
Okay.
I got a 27.
27. Mortar, this is your bread and butter, finding somewhere that you can typically lay low, somewhere you can just chill for a little bit after a job has been done.
Yeah.
As you find this place, the two guards, the two who are otherwise escorting you around and stuff, they do go in there with you, but they otherwise take a seat separated from you. As you go and find a seat, as you approach this place, you see that it's not necessarily well signed. As you would be traveling along the thoroughfare, you look down a small alleyway and you can see that there is a sign that's kind of hanging along the alleyway itself with the name of Crest Watcher. You can see that it is what looks to be the symbol of a ship of some form going over a wave. And as you kind of notice it, Mortar, this is very much a kind of back alley pub that you could go to. You take this opportunity and head inside. The smell of mildew, a little bit of damp, the smell of smoke as well, tobacco, and spilt alcohol, sick, anything that you might find in a bit of a rundown place. You can see that
Home sweet home.
the boards here are a little bit sodden and very creaky as you kind of step in. They've been mopped and left to dry, but with very little outside light coming in and, sea air, it seems to generally cling on to that moisture a bit more. You can see that it's fairly small for what it is, what looks to be about 5 tables around here. You can see that there's no upstairs to this place, and there doesn't even seem to be much of a kitchen either. You can see that there are 2 doors that lead off to different sections. You suspect one is a bathroom, the other one is some form of back area for kind of the storage of alcohol. And you can see stooped over the bar is this otherwise broad-shouldered Minotaur, 2 short horns otherwise protruding from like more the front of his head above his eyebrows than kind of the top of his head. And you can see that he has a very stooped hunch as he's leaning over the bar as it is. And as you enter, he kind of rises a little bit, but not that much. But otherwise makes note of your arrival in. And you can see that there's maybe one other patron in here at this time. What looks to be a elderly woman of what looks to be a sea elven origin, currently sat in one corner with what looks to be a mug in hand. She looks rough, wrinkled, scarred, very much skin that's grown over in places where obviously chunks of it have been taken off. So a very hard maraudery style folk to them, as they're just kind of sat in the corner having a drink. They see you all enter. They note the guards, and you can tell there's a little bit of questionability with the guards in here.
Does this person? What does this person make of Ellie when their gaze falls upon her?
They seem to note two individuals coming in. They look upon both of you. There's a little bit of like, okay, these are two strange individuals, but then their attention is more drawn to the guards than you guys.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you want anything then? If you want to grab a table, I mean, oil for choice.
Sure. I'll find a table that I can sit at. Probably near the entrance.
Okay.
Sure. Oh yeah. Mortar will approach the bar once Ellie kind of moves. What did you say you wanted for a drink, Ellie?
No, I don't want to get you in trouble. Just a squash or a milk or a water.
Called away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
anything that doesn't get you in trouble with Romulus.
I mean, does he have the ability to scry?
No, but he has
Mm-hmm.
parental intuition.
Shit.
Probably.
Mortar will approach the bar. Hi. Could I just
Hi.
grab something light for myself and something non-alcoholic for the youngster?
Sure thing.
Thanks.
The Minotaur otherwise turns around, kind of gets a mug and a kind of a swiftly cleaned glass and puts it down. Fills it up with water and just kind of puts it to one side and pours out what looks to be kind of this slightly muddy looking ale out for you, and just kind of puts it down and goes, "That'll be 2 copper."
Sure. Mortar will let me just check to see what actual change I have. Hold on. Oh yeah. I'll give him 2 copper.
Okay. And takes the 2 copper.
Sorry. It was a he, wasn't it? It was a he.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Could I instead give him a silver and say maybe for a bit of information?
What are you looking to know? And kind of leans forward.
Well, it's more.
There's
I'm
only
looking.
so much I can say with
It's more,
your company.
Yeah, I understand. Nothing that'll get you in trouble per se, but I just I'm having a really bad day, and I kind of need to work some stress off. I was hoping that maybe you might be able to point me in the direction of somewhere I could potentially get my my aggression out potentially. Do you know of any places that you might be able to recommend?
I do.
Okay.
Well, You can see there's a little bit of concern as he's
Sure.
looking about at this moment. But he just kind of looks about and goes, "If you lose the guards, I can tell you how to get in below."
Mortar will nod. And he'll take his muddy ale and Ellie's water, walk back to the table, and just
Thank you kindly for the patronage. And
he's got
kind of
a-
takes a bite on the silver.
Mortar will raise a glass to him, and he'll head back to the table and just with a very kind of dour expression on his face. He looks run down as shit right now, really tired, just really kind of pissed off at the world. Mortar will sit down, hand Ellie her water, and look to the guards and just go, "Do you mind if we have a conversation, just us two?"
Go ahead and roll me a... This will be a persuasion check in this moment.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
The DC's not going to be particularly high because of the situation, but, you know, natural ones exist for a reason.
Oh dear. That is a 6.
Such a natural
But-
phrase.
A 6?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I think. Ooh, what do I want to do with this?
I'll say this. A 6 passes. The guards,
Oh, okay, cool.
as it stands, they're here to protect Ellie. If there's a moment of you two need to have a chat, they're more than happy to wait outside for however long. They'll be within earshot and line of sight in the event that anything bad happens. So they kind of nod,
Perfect.
they stand up, they leave, and kind of take a nod. They kind of, well, not necessarily tip their hats, but they otherwise nod at the barkeep as a kind of a note of take good care of them. As they both head outside, and they'll be waiting somewhere in the street nearby for when you are ready to travel on.
Perfect. I will wait for them to go, and Mortar will just kind of be just making small talk with Ellie initially. Just kind of, he's been asked a lot by her, kind of like, "Oh, how are you doing?" and stuff. So he's going to return the favor, and he just says, "How are you doing with all this? I mean, before I was gone, there was a moment there. It felt like we were in a different space. When you did the blood thing."
Yeah, look over. Ellie's currently doodling in her book, and she's trying her hardest to draw the creature she met in the other dimension, other plane.
Okay. Mortar will kind of sit
So,
back and just kind of watch her draw, and he just begins kind of sipping his ale.
I'll just point. Well, we met this thing. That wasn't
Wow.
fun.
Yeah.
But turns out
didn't
that the
s- I didn't
creature has
see
a
that, though.
master, so no,
Wait, what-
none of them did.
What do you mean the creature has a master? You mean the creature that's in you?
Yep,
It has
and it was
someone above it.
It was scared. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it can feel fear.
Oh, apparently so. He was scared and respectful. I mean, she bowed, and when she said silence, and when she gave him commands, he that instantly commanded and did as he was told. I'm like, huh, not as big and scary as you come across.
That's
Look it in
very
the eye.
useful to know.
Also,
Do you-
Romulus has
have
now
you-
got his own corruption, so
Wait, as in those things you could turn into when you lost control, he can do that too now?
more like a scary, black, slimy thing. It now lives in Romulus after this blew his face open.
Mortar will just kind of look over to the sea elf just out of his peripheral just to see if she's listening.
Yeah, very clearly.
Mortar will just kind of like not hold up a hand to Ellie, like to tell her to shut up or anything, but just kind of like almost indicate his head to the sea elf, just to kind of let her know that we are being heard. Well, maybe further conversation on this particular topic can wait until we get back, but in the meantime, I need to work off some steam. I've had a bad day. So, Barkeep said that if I could lose the guards, well, if we could lose the guards, sorry, he might be able to show us a place with some special access. You interested?
Oh, what, like a... we going dungeon crawling? Just me and you? What?
Not so much dungeon crawl necessarily. More just a exclusive club, I guess. But also,
I mean,
there are
sure.
the guards. The guards are outside. If you want to head back, you'll at least have some protection and stuff. And I can make my own way back as and when. I don't know how long I'm going to be.
No, I'll come with you, Will. I just don't think any of us should be left alone at any point. Yeah, I'll have the guards, but you won't.
Yeah.
It's fine. I prefer none of us be alone. Know that, but yeah, I've got my things I need to deal with and do and doodle. Doodle. So yeah.
By the way, did you do a lot of art, like, kind of growing up? Because this is actually really good. He'll kind of like look back at the picture that you drew of the entity. He's kind of like, oh no, I can see what that is. Like, yeah, like, this is pretty decent.
No, not really. Mostly writing and drawing runes and stuff. But typically, when there's a big scary worm with teeth, and did I pick up on the fact that the Mortar knew or gestured that the person was listening?
I'd say yeah, it was obvious enough.
Okay. Yeah, just a big scary teeth and all like things, and the fact that it consumes people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, so we have to keep it secret, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to make this person uneasy. It's like, oh, good luck.
Yep, 100%. Just make direct eye contact when we say it consumes people.
I won't make direct eye contact, but
No,
the eyes on my arm will.
Oh shit! Mortar will kind of neck his ale back, kind of wipe his mouth with his hand. He'll go,
Yeah, it
yeah,
stinks,
follow me,
by the way.
and he'll head. Oh yeah, This is the swill Mortar's used to. This is his like comfort drink.
Yep.
He'll head over to the bar and he'll go. They far enough away for you?
Should be good.
I'll follow.
And he otherwise puts 2 electrum pieces down on the table. Give these to the guy in the bathroom.
Last
let
time I
you in.
did that, it didn't end so well.
Well, whatever experiences you have had before, hopefully they're not as reflective as they will be tonight. Enjoy your time, and on
fingers
one
crossed.
condition. And as you go to take the pieces, you kind of, almost with these strange reflex, grabs your wrist. Not in an aggressive manner, but like it to stop you taking them. She doesn't fight in any of the tournaments. She doesn't get involved. Anybody tries to hurt her, just tell them to back off.
That is, trust me, there's someone much scarier than you or the guards who I would need to answer to if she did get hurt. So
good. He releases your wrist. Now go have fun. Oh, and keep an eye on your coin purse. There are some shady characters down there.
you got it. What's your name, by the way?
Hold on, let me open up that one again. Name's Product.
Rodok. Pleasure. Thank you for your help.
Okay.
Mortar will walk into the bathroom.
Yeah.
He'll kind of like poke his head in initially just to check that there's no one, like, because he's not sure if this is a unisex bathroom or not. So he's like,
It's
there's no guys peeing in here, right?
no poking your head in. You can see that there is what looks to be almost like this short hallway with stalls just set up for each of them. Different styles for different races for the most part. As they're kind of set up, and you can see that there's some guy who's just looks To the untrained eye, you see a potentially homeless individual kind of wearing rags and kind of crouched up in the corner, just kind of arms huddled in for warmth, just kind of sitting in the corner, a little bit of a drip nearby from one of the sinks, just kind of making a small puddle next to him as he's sat there. He doesn't open his eyes at all as you enter. But to your trained eye, where he's got his arms tucked in underneath, you see the very clear telltale sign of an individual holding 2 firearms ready to go if anything happens.
Yeah, that tracks. Mortar will kind of poke his head in, sees nobody's peeing, notice this guy, and then kind of look back to Ellie and goes, "All clear, come on in." Mortar will go on ahead. And then he'll make his way over. He'll make his way over to this guy who's crouched down.
You can see there's like a small tin next to him with a little bit of loose change in.
Is the change electrum or is the change?
It looks to be copper and silver.
Coin. Mortar will give him the electrum pieces and drop a silver into his bowl.
Okay. You see an eye opens. He kind of grabs the tin, looks in, kind of fishes in and pulls out the 2 electrum pieces. Gives him a quick bite. Have fun. And as he puts the cup back down, you see now the full stature of this individual, a Weros individual, wolven in nature, very lanky but able to kind of huddle up into this very small ball as they stand up, and you watch as they push one of the kind of the tiles in on the wall, and as they do, they seem to flip a small switch on the other side of it as a door kind of reliefs itself from the wall. And as he pulls it open, he says, "In you go."
Mortar will nod, and he'll check on it. He'll check on Ellie just to make sure she's doing okay, and just kind of encourage her in. Just go, "Now this is more my neck of the woods. Keep an eye on your coin purse," and he'll walk on in.
Oh, it's in a different dimension. Don't worry.
Oh, never mind. I'll keep an eye on my
Different
coin purse.
Good luck pickpocketing that, buddy.
I was gonna say, good luck, bitch.
As Ellie, as you approach, the guy kind of looks at you and goes, "How old you, kid?"
How old is she at this point?
Downloads age because it changes. I have to keep going back to my.
I'm back
to 12. I'm back to 12.
Is that what you respond with? I'm back to 12.
I'm not fighting. I will literally be like, she stands there, just like counts. 12 again, I think.
Mortar will kind of stop and just look back, noticing the hold up.
He kind of reaches into a pocket and pulls out the almost what looks to be this very thin bit of what looks to be kind of this light yellow and pink strip, and you hear a snap sound as it's one of those snapping bracelets, and just snaps it onto your wrist.
Oh yeah.
And just goes, "All right, no alcohol," and he just kind of nods and waves you through.
Huh. Cool. Right.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Trouble, was he?
No, he just told me not to drink alcohol, which I wasn't gonna do.
I was gonna say we're responsible people.
The 2 of you head down. It's a short stairway down before you otherwise hear the sound of the world behind almost disappear. The door is closed, and just the sounds from beyond disappear. You don't see the door from this side. It is pitch black in here. Mortar, you're able to see quite happily, as are you, Ellie, but due to your various racial inheritances or abilities that you have. As you approach the bottom of the stairway, there is almost a strange transition as you hit that bottom step. Something which feels strange yet unfamiliar. in a weird way. And as you hit the bottom, you begin to hear the sound of brawling and fighting. As you push open the door at the bottom,
Yeah.
you immediately find yourself in a kind of a stone-clad chamber here. What look to be these crystal lights that are kind of flickering, this deep red or yellow in various places around the room. And you can hear the sound of individuals cheering and shouting. You hear individuals otherwise drinking, eating, the passing of coin. And as you look about, you see a illegal fighting and gambling ring in full force.
Perfect.
As you enter this space, you see that there is a kind of a ring of individuals standing around the top of a fighting pit. And as you enter in, you can see, you can't really make out the individuals or the contestants in the fighting ring, but if you were to kind of muscle through, you probably could quite easily. There are a number of tables and chairs around the exterior for individuals just to sit and enjoy, listen to the ambience and the drone of everything, just kind of numb them from the exterior. As you see all of this, Ellie, it's a little overwhelming for you, but the smell, in this instance, the smell of kind of the sick, the bile, the alcohol from upstairs is immediately exchanged with a clinical and bloody smell of a very clear cut location here. You can see there are tables of individuals gambling. There are even some playing a game which you haven't seen in quite some time, as you see a few individuals over on one table playing Illusionist's Creed, if you remember that game from your backstory.
Yeah, I do.
And you can see that there are individuals otherwise cheering and shouting as they're playing this game, playing the cards, and as the creatures begin to fight head to head, ramming into one another, cutting through each other. It is a brutal and bloody game, but it is one that you have, strangely enough, a fond memory of. So, what would each of you like to do in this moment?
You recognize that game? You recognize that game?
Yeah. I played it once upon a time.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Though
Don't think I've seen
it's
anything
good
quite like
fun.
it.
Though, in a place like this,
Are you feeling okay? This is a lot. Like, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, we've been to somewhere like this before. I think
Okay,
Romulus wanted
alright.
some information or something. So, alright.
Okay,
No, I'm fine.
so long as you're alright.
I'm just gonna. Are you planning on fighting?
Mortar kind of look at his arms, and how kind of reedy he is as an individual, and he'll kind of the thought will occur to him, and he'll go, "I'm not sure yet. I'm definitely gonna watch for a little bit, but."
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I know when
I
I
don't
got
know.
frustrated and broke several trees, it kind of felt good to vent.
You
Though I
reckon?
did it with magic. Yeah, I mean,
I do
go
like
in
a
there.
good fight.
Don't expect to win and stuff, because obviously these people are doing it all the time, and you won't have weapons or anything. But burn off some energy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why not? Might as well, since we're here, right? Mortar will kind of remove his cloak, kind of roll it up, and he'll roll his coin purse up in it. And he'll kind of the nearest table that's available, he'll kind of guide Ellie towards, and he'll kind of offer it to her, like if she wouldn't mind holding on to it for him.
Yeah, I don't imagine many people are going to try and steal from me. They'll
No.
probably be like, don't want to do all that.
Looking about this room, you
So,
can
yeah.
you can see a few individuals have kind of noted your arrival. There are a few individuals who look at Mortar and they seem appraising. Whether they're potentially just regular patrons, individuals looking for a scrap, you're not sure. But there are individuals appraising Mortar, and then the moment they look at you, Ellie, there's a moment of... To some of them, it's a... Okay, that's weird, but that's cool. And to others, that's... I want to fight that thing. And there's an immediate kind of that general disparity, but it looks like most of the people who have that I want to fight I want to fight you, immediately note the kind of the pink and yellow armband and go, no, I can't.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There's a note of individuals who want to fight you, or there's a general respect of the crowd in here. Of those who do note you are like, cool, someone with monster blood in their veins. And strangely enough, you're picking up that you feel fairly comfortable in here.
Oh. Yeah, I'll be fine. These people are actually a lot nicer than when I've been dealing with recently. So, yeah, I'll be fine. Go have fun.
I'd like
And
both of you to roll
don't
me a
die.
perception check as well.
Oh, God.
Who's that?
Can I use...
Both of
Oh,
you.
just Ellie.
No.
Okay.
Can I use Jeff? Please, Jeff.
Yeah, that.
He's on my shoulder anyway. Thanks.
I have advantage on
Sucks.
perception.
It starts with P.
Is this visual perception, Chris?
Yes, this is.
Okay.
Perception is -1, so just a 10.
Oh dear. 17.
Okay. 17 and
10.
10. Cutting through the noise of it all, Ellie, you don't get a good visual, you more hear this before you see anything. As you hear the sound of a bell being struck, kind of a light ting sound, as general cheers and jeers otherwise go up from people around the ring in this moment, as this happens. There seems to be some just people doing just talking and such, and those with tickets or the kind of painted wooden tokens begin to hand them in, and money begins to be exchanged from some form of bookie here in this moment. As this is taking place, Mortar, you note an individual begin to climb out of the ring, and you see that she is a relatively lean Orcan individual. You see that both of her tusks have been very aggressively snapped from her bottom jaw. You can see that she has scars, and she has almost this metal band that runs across from the just above her left eye to all the way down to her right jaw, which seems to be holding her face together. As she steps up and out, you see there are a number of individuals who kind of lift arms to kind of clash with her in that moment as she goes over and takes a seat. And you now note that there is a small booth off to the corner, which is laden with furs and what looks to be a very nice table, which has its own set of what looks to be glassware instead of the kind of the wooden copper mugs that individuals have around the rest of this. She goes over and takes a seat, and you can see the individuals there. She begins to talk to them, and she is wearing kind of this banded leather, just kind of a wrap across her chest and around her waist. As she kind of just takes a seat, she almost reaches over into this small pot, pulls out what looks to be almost this strange shrimp-like creature, kind of dripping in this kind of light blue liquid, and just takes a bite and almost executes this living creature in that moment, before beginning to just sit there and chat with those around her. Before, as you would notice, all of this Ellie kind of taking that in, you don't see the individual being pulled out by a set of ropes out of the fighting ring in the middle of what looks to be this very broad-looking Minotaur who thought they could take them in this moment.
Mortar is kind of looks at that table and goes, "There's no way I'm going anywhere near that. I'm just looking to get beaten the shit out of, maybe beat the shit out of somebody. I just want to fight anyone." So I think that now that kind of Mortar's moved away from the table, he's more alone with his thoughts. Kind of the din of the atmosphere around him begins to almost fade, as he just kind of feels his blood pressure rising, as he's almost getting himself worked up over how he feels like he's been treated, how he feels like just where everything for him seems to be going wrong, and he allows himself to get worked up and he will make his way over to the bookie, and he'll say, "I want to fight."
Okay. You approach the bookie and you see what looks to be a kind of a light, relatively light-tanned elven individual. Very different to what you would have expected to be here, as they're kind of counting through the tokens, handing out money, taking them back, and you can see they have a very obvious coin purse that's just attached to their hip, and to you it seems very much like a why would nobody steal that, but you kind of brush that thought off as the individual,
I know why.
As the individual is there just kind of taking in these tokens as they have a look, wearing what looks to be a monocle on one eye, kind of combed back short blonde hair, and just kind of having a look through kind of the light tan of them as they count through and they note your protest. Yes? And otherwise hands a hand out, almost expecting a token to be handed.
Yeah, I'm new around here, but I need to blow off some steam. Can I fight in the next round?
Just looking to fight? Not looking to win any money or
Yeah,
anything? Challenge anyone in particular? Or just...
I don't know anyone here, man. I'm just here to throw hands. If I can get a little money, I will happily take it. If I can't, I'm looking to get hurt.
Yeah, alright. You see they otherwise begin to just look around the room for someone in particular. And you see in that moment they just kind of do a high-pitched whistle and they just point at someone, and you see a relatively short dwarf individual just kind of trudge over in what looks to be kind of simple sailor's garb, kind of a little bit of a ruddy beard that has been torn in several places, where by the looks of a scrappy fighter somebody has grabbed and tugged at his beard when they really shouldn't have, and you don't know what happened to that person, but they may have lost toes or fingers in the process.
Sounds about right.
As they kind of come over, they go, "Yeah, what's up? Looks like you're up in the next round, Connor. Meet your opponent. He's new, so general rules: don't tug on his beard, or you will suffer more injuries than you might like.
Yeah.
If you have plans of
I
kids in
gather.
the future, definitely don't do it.
Oh,
If there are no other conditions, no weapons, of course, just use your fists. You're just looking to
Mortar will kind of hold
punch.
up his Mortar will hold up his prosthesis and kind of indicate to his leg and go, "Am I allowed to keep these?" Or
Yeah, by all
kind of
means.
look to the dwarf as kind of like, confirmation, yes or no.
The dwarf goes, "Consider it a handicap. I'm in." So, next round's when?
Right.
Next round will be in, by my count, and he pulls out like a small pocket watch. By my count, 8 minutes. So, have your drinks, make sure not to eat too much, you might get it punched out of you. But have a drink, numb up the pain, and see you in the ring.
Mortar or not.
And
Kind
he
of nod
hands
to
each
the
each
dwarf
of you a token. He hands you a blue token, and he hands the Connor a red token.
Okay.
At this point, as this happens, he kind of stands with the money, wanders over to the bar, where you can see there's just a bar right at the back here. It's relatively small. There aren't individuals sat at it. It seems to be you come get your drinks and then sod off. And what looks to be this titanic blue whale Murdu behind it, who is busy otherwise filling drinks, placing them out, and taking coin from various patrons, as well as kind of preparing for all of this. And as they approach, as the bookie approaches, they kind of have a look at the two, and you see they put up 2 new pegs for the blue and red, and begin to write something on this large board to one side with odds. Currently, it is a 1-to-1 odds, but it is noted that you have a handicap. Or rather, no, Connor has the handicap by letting you use your prosthetics.
Right. Oh, I see.
Yeah. But from the people
Yeah.
around here, it seems like prosthetics don't necessarily count as a handicap, but given that they might have hidden weapons, or they're made of metal instead of skin and bone, it's potentially more dangerous, so it's noted, but it's not affecting the 1-to-1 ratio. You're being bet on, but you're not
No.
going to earn anything from it. So, light betting in
Yeah,
this case.
that's fair. That's fair. Mortar will then kind of just keep. He'll look over. He'll look over to Ellie just to check that she's doing okay.
During this time while this was going
Yeah,
on,
she
Ellie,
just-
what were you doing?
I'm gonna continue drawing, and I'm gonna check up on Trilodex to make sure he's okay with my parents' souls, because I kind of just sprung that on him and didn't check up to make sure he's okay.
They're all safe. I've got them contained, and they should be safe for the time being. Until potentially any more progress is made, you are okay.
Okay, good. All right. No worries. Is there anything I can do to help, like, protect them?
As it stands, by continuing to feed me what magic you're able to each day helps.
Okay, noted.
But I will come to your aid
worries.
if any of these individuals try anything.
Yeah, I also think Terrador might have something to say about it. So that's fair. That's fair. But thank you. Don't worry. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
The arsenal that this 12-year-old has is unreal.
Yeah, right now,
Just
like the
summons
most
me,
people-
elementals.
Most people would be scared. Yeah, most people would be scared of being shanked. Ellie pulls out like a Trellodex and like a Terrador.
like miniature
My
army
pocket dragon.
spawns in, and it's just like, oh, great. Yeah, there are armed guards in here to make sure
Yeah.
nothing goes awry, and it's like, oh, someone decides to attack the 12-year-old because they're drunk, and then all of a sudden just an elemental and dragon appear out of nowhere, and the guy's like, nah, they got this.
It's like this 12-year-old.
Ellie
is a
screams.
beast.
He said, "Dad!" And dragon erupts out of the floor. Oh shit!
That's actually hype.
This is my dad.
Visual-wise, that is hype. I'm literally visualizing this place as like the Blade nightclub from the first Blade movie. Like that's where my mind went immediately. Anyway.
Anyway. Okay.
No, that's it. Otherwise, she's gonna sit and doodle. I might see if, like, anyone. I'll read some lips around. See if there's anyone like hiding in a corner or something. See if there's anyone talking about potential bounties. But
Okay.
I'm not gonna look too deep into it.
Um,
Well, someone might be talking.
make me a perception check with advantage
can
to
read
see
the
if you
lips.
get the timings right. Yeah, because it's more on the timings than anything. So using Jeff in this moment.
Okay, that's
That's
17.
good. 17.
That's really good for.
Nice
Actually, it's
one.
Jeff. It's +3 using Jeff. So 21.
21. Okay.
My
Looking
bad.
around the
Oh, yeah.
room in this moment, you are noting all kinds of individuals throughout here. You're noting what look to be otherwise bounty hunters, some which may be smugglers, some which are just pirates in general. Individuals who may not necessarily enjoy the law in some regard or another, but individuals who are more than happy to kind of have a time fighting. In just a way to unwind, as it were. There are bounty hunters here, and as you do kind of look around, you do catch a few of the kind of the words as they're talking about various hunts, preparing to find individuals. Quite a lot of them, as you note, seem to be kind of the rougher looking ones, the ones who are very haggard. Quite a few of them mention going south to potentially deal with more of a rescue plan. Given your history with the Beastlands, you understand that the chainers exist, and by the sounds of it, these are individuals who might be hired as ruffians to deal with other ruffians. You also note throughout the room, a few individuals do discuss. You kind of catch them in the midst of a discussion, or Jeff does at least, wondering if there's a bounty on your head because of what you are. So they seem to be kind of questioning it, and one of them says kind of like, I've had a look around, I've not seen any bounties on this individual, there's nothing of particular interest there. But as you are kind of looking around, there's a moment for pause in this as you almost stop and realize something. As I need to quickly open up this relevant document.
Oh boy.
My granddad's in the bar. Damn!
No.
Ellie, I'm sorry, I killed
No,
you again.
You're looking around, and in this moment, you see an individual sat over in one of the corners who in this moment, you've entered into this place, and they haven't taken their eyes off of you since the beginning. They've just been sat there, seemingly smoking a small pipe, and they've just been watching. But you get the sense that there's more of they're trying to piece together why they're watching you in this moment. It's almost as if they're slightly confused themselves. Go ahead and roll me an
shit.
intelligence check.
Oh shit, okay.
Let's just check. So that's about +5.
Mm-hmm.
24.
You see, sat over in the corner, wearing kind of simple garments, kind of a leather jacket on the exterior, a bone-hilted cutlass to one side, leaning back, kind of a long, elongated neck of this eel Murdew individual, just otherwise sat there watching in this moment. And as you see this individual, you recognize the scars, you recognize the appearance. This is one of Captain Marley's crew. This is the eel Murdew from when you first played Illusionist's Creed. Which means Captain Marley is somewhere in Hammerwind right now.
Damn. Huh. Damn. Okay. Well,
What does
in that
this
case, as
mean?
I... What it means that there's someone that's possibly in Hammerwind right now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
A
That is in fact true.
potential ally
The
who
thing that
could
I've
be...
always found about cities is that they tend to contain people.
You know,
It's
I
funny
never heard that one before. Never been.
Crazy.
Never been.
So, you recognize them. You don't know them by name, their name was never mentioned, but you recognize the scars, you recognize the appearance, and the fact that this individual is staring at you, that sense of almost ominous dread of they don't know why they're here looking at you. There's a sudden, almost moment of realization from your point of view that they're trying to realize how come they recognize you.
Oh.
And they're like,
I'm just
I
gonna
know
confuse
that
him.
person's
Look up and
face.
wave.
You wave. They kind of stare at you, and you see the head tilt slightly as they're still trying to piece it together. I'm going to let them roll again to see if they can recognize you. No, that's a 3.
Come on, eel man.
He's otherwise just there, like, you know me. I have no idea who you are, yet I recognize you. And you
That's
see that
perfect.
they're still trying to piece things together. I'm going to say, unless you approach them, there's going to be a little bit of time before they approach you.
I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna stay at the table. I've got Mortar's stuff. I kind of don't want to get in amongst the crowd just in case something does happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if something happens to Mortar, then he knows where he can find me. So I won't move. I'll stay here. But
sorry, a little amendment to something earlier. When I wrapped up the coin purse, I also wrapped up Black Scorpion and put it in there as well.
Okay.
Just because I'm aware the whole point of this is it's a melee brawl.
Yeah.
Like it's not a gunfight. So yeah.
No, this is a fist fighting bar.
Yes.
yeah, so I will stay put because I've got a lot, and also don't want to knock the gun against someone and just turn them to mush.
Destroy them.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal. Okay. So, with that in mind, and that taking place, I'll say, Mortar, are you buying anything while you're at the bar? You can see that this is obviously where they keep the proper drinks. You can see spirits, you can see like fine ales, you can see that there's otherwise table snacks that you can order as well, just kind of small bowls of like pork scratchings, or like jerky or anything easy that you can get. You also note that there's a wider selection of children's drinks.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. I think for
How many
Mortar,
kids
he's
come
not
down
going
here?
to. he wants to.
Enough that they have bracelets for them.
I think in a weird way he feels that he's doing this because he deserves it. In a weird way, that he's fucked up, so he needs to feel every moment of what he's going to experience. So he does not drink anything for himself. He does kind of leave the bar momentarily and head over to Ellie and just say, they got a really good selection of kids drinks up there if you want some. I'm happy to cover for you.
I mean, surprise me.
Oh, you're going to wish you didn't say that. Mortar will kind of take a couple of coins out of his coin purse. He'll kind of take a couple of silver and he'll walk back over and he'll go, okay, I don't know the names of any of these and I don't know what they taste like. Which is the best?
House favorite is
Regarding the kids' drinks.
House favorite for kids' drinks is usually the smash squash.
Aww.
Smash squash.
It's basically
Damn,
just
that's in
fruit.
my
It's
fight
basically just fruit squash. It's actually very nice.
Do you have any? Are these named after like fighters that have lived in this bar or anything? Like Smash Squash sounds like a fighter's name.
No, they're named after various fighting moves that have been used throughout the years. We've had a few eclectic individuals who used to come up with unique fighting moves. The Smash Squash was one of our friends. He was a half giant. That was fun.
Nice. Yeah. Give me 2 of those.
All right. That'll be 1 silver.
Mortar will hand him a silver.
Yep. He takes the silver, just kind of scoops it off, and you hear it clank into a bucket behind the counter. Kind of with the large fins, you would expect this to be hard to maneuver around all of these, but there's surprising dexterity and skill as they kind of grab the large tankards, begin to fill them with various kind of squashes from these almost squeegee bottles with metal kind of funnels to them to make it easier to decant set amounts of liquid into it as he kind of squeezes the different fruit juices into it before kind of filling it up with a kind of with water, shall we say, before handing the 2 of them back and going,
Sure.
All right, there you go. And he otherwise moves over to the next one. For note on
Thanks,
size,
Ben.
by the way,
Quick
this
question,
individual
sorry.
is borderlining on giant size.
Awesome.
This is a large blue whale individual.
Wow. A quick question.
Yo.
They didn't specify in the rules for the fight. I'm going to be going up there in a minute. Is magic allowed or no? Just want to make sure so I don't accidentally do something that I would usually do in a fight.
That would have to be announced in the original setup. Magic is allowed if you announce it ahead of time. Given the nature of this one, no.
You got it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
And then I'll head back to Ellie, and I'll go. Apparently, this one's called the Smash Squash. It's a finishing move, apparently. So enjoy, and he'll give Ellie both of those.
Thanks.
And yeah, you're good.
Well,
What are you drawing?
good luck. I'm just gonna carry on drawing this because people might know what it. Well, I don't know if I really should be showing people. People who are in the know might want to know who it is, and the more
Yeah, for
information I
sure.
can get on it, the better.
Yeah, for sure. Just I've just had a thought. Would you just be able to check in with the guys for me? I've just got a feeling that it's just worth us, keeping in touch.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We probably
they
gonna
might
have
want
enough
us to
time
do something
make
while
one
we're-
fight.
That's fine. I'll take what I can get. Mortar will just kind of he'll just kind of stand closer to the ring and just start warming up, just kind of limbering up slightly, rolling his shoulders, kind of looks at his metal hand, and there's no feeling in it, it's just kind of there, and in his other one, you can obviously feel the tendons and everything, and just that difference and that imbalance becomes even more kind of obvious in this moment where he's actually going to be going hand to hand with someone. But yeah, I think he just kind of dwells on that for a minute.
As you're kind of warming up on the edge, The bookie comes over to the edge of the ring and otherwise pulls out his pocket watch and goes, 1 minute to the next fight. Fighters get in the ring. And as they put it in their pocket, you can see individuals begin to kind of step up, just to kind of appraise what's going on. Final bets are being called in, although not many have been made. It seems the main match of the day, or for the hour, has taken place. And one individual kind of walks up beside you. Mortar, what looks to be a Centaur individual, just kind of clasps their hand on your shoulder and goes, "Go get him, Tin Can!"
Mortar kind of like look at him like, do I know you?
No. You want to go?
Right.
I'll take you on afterwards.
No. Oh. And then he remembers what Ellie said about we only have time for one fight, and he's like, maybe another time.
Alright. As kind of individuals begin to stand around the edge of the ring, and getting a kind of more of a top-down view of this, you look into the fighting pit here, and you can see that there are 2 ladders on either side for individuals to climb down. The ladders are made of metal, and they have been seemingly polished with what looks to be leather wrapped around the handles to allow individuals to climb up and down with ease without any major injury, but it looks like they can be moved so that they don't get involved or they don't get caught in the fighting. You also note that the ring itself is otherwise slightly sloped down, almost like a cone shape, but it is partially filled with sand. The sand is well packed and looks almost like a slightly orangey tinge. Your time in the field knows that for it to be of this orangey tinge, this sand has been soaked and soaked and soaked with blood. This has been well used and a very well established fighting ring. And with a careful eye, you can see that there are small pieces of bone that have been kind of swept to the side, and, well, probably will get cleaned up later.
Mortar will take a note of that. He'll then proceed to remove his leather, kind of the leather armor top that he has, revealing his scarred kind of form, his scarred kind of torso, ropey kind of muscles, covered in slashes and lacerations which haven't healed properly. And he still has the scars from the bullet wounds that he took, despite the healing magic. It's almost like he willed the scars to remain as a reminder. And he just waits for his name to be called, just contemplating Kirv's words of, he was dead, he's back, it's fine.
Don't put this on me,
Just
bro.
that over and over again. Just over and over again. Just
Loop.
just thinking that.
I'm gonna play it on loud
And
with
he-
thaumaturgy.
Thanks, man. And he allows that to let him feel. He moves past sadness with it to anger, and he lets that just kind of simmer to fuel this.
Okay. So, as your opponent climbs into the ring, no names are called. This isn't a glory fight. This is a punch-up. As you climb down into the ring after being prompted, the name Tin Can is sticking a little bit, which is slightly irritating, but it only fuels the anger at the moment. As
Yeah, I'll take it.
there are a few
There's worse
individuals
names.
around here. They seem to just be enjoying this. They aren't by any means betting exorbitant amounts and have wagers in this. This is a few copper have been passed along to potentially earn a silver to make another drink, perhaps. As they're kind of having this cheer and jeering you two and preparing for that, I think that's a good place where we will take our break. And then we will leave that in suspense as we then head back to our other team in the house, as they will receive.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna quickly send
Ascending.
Vinny ascending.
Yes, we'll have that resolve when we get back.
Cool.
Question, Chris. Above board, I've taken my armor off, which means my AC should drop. What is AC again? Is it just 8 plus dexterity?
It's 10 plus dex.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. No worries.
Yeah. For the nature of this fight, it won't be a full fist fight because the amount of health points you have versus this individual will be exorbitant and will be here for several hours as you two hit each other. So we will narrow it down a little bit, but it won't be. But there'll still be attack rolls and such being made.
Hell yeah!
In response to all of this,
It'll be more of a skill challenge in opposed to a full-on combat.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Awesome.
Back in a sec.
Alrighty. So, be right back. Won't be very long. I'm going to run some ads so that we don't have to worry about. So the stream doesn't have to worry about ads for a little bit. So, be back in a minute.
There will be blood. Oh man. Very excited for this.
Oh.
You good, bro?
Yes, fine, thank you. Please try not to kill this guy too much.
Dude, like, unarmed strikes that aren't monks are strength based, right? Or can you use either
Yes.
or? Yeah, I was gonna say. So, yeah, I don't see myself hitting very much, but that's kind of the point. You know, Mortar's not really here to. He's not really here to do damage to this guy. He's just there to basically get knocked around and try to forget his problems.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, I think if Ellie is able to get you that sending, potentially we might be able to do some stuff while we're out in the town. Maybe meet up with you guys. So we can make this into something not educational. What's the word? Productive.
Yeah, we'll coordinate.
Yeah, sweet.
Right, I gotta be right back.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Shared. The man in the mirror nods his head. The only one left. That would be Mortar's intro song into the ring. The that Metal Gear Rising song. I forgot what it's called. So the Jetstream Sam boss fight. Not Red Sun. It'll come to me. I'm going to get my ass absolutely beat. I have a +1 to strength, which means my attack roll will be a plus, what's that? 6? Oh, actually, I could potentially hit him. +5, sorry, I think. Oh, no, it will be +6, because we're at proficiency at 5, aren't we? Excuse me. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Dude, I'm so excited for this.
Good.
Oh, man. Yeah. Just need a good knockout brawl.
That's fine. That's fine, because so I set when we first come back to D&D, I set an alarm for 5 hours, and I've been slowly just ticking away at it. And the 5 hours is up, so at some point Ellie's gonna sneeze.
Okay.
Oh, right.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Down here.
I don't understand.
I know. I was like, oh, all the timing.
Well, thankfully it's in stone, so you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to turn me into a potted plant mid-punch?
Nope. That would be funny, though.
That would be really funny. Actually, in combat, that would be a crazy maneuver. Just turn into a potted plant and then just dispel magic on it.
Inflict wild magic.
Reappear an uppercut. That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Inflict wild magic. You hit them and you roll on the wild magic table. It could resurrect them instantly or fully heal them, or it could turn them into a sheep.
So what I'm hearing is that this new idea of wild magic monk is that we go back to where Trustin's body is, and I just keep punching it until I get the resurrection.
Yeah, fair. Chris, how many words is sending? 25, isn't it?
25, yeah.
25, yeah.
Okay.
I would have used mine, but I've used all of mine for today.
Yeah, no.
Just means we'll get wild magic. Or maybe.
Quick question, Chris. With the fact that I have sending,
Mhm.
Does that mean I get 2 free uses of it?
Yeah,
But
and then you
do
just know
I-
sending.
Can I cast it again using spell points?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize that.
Okay, I found a fun way to tie that in. Cool.
Yeah, I was saying to, if there is anybody in chat, I was saying about how I was picturing the song that Mortar's going to get beaten the shit out of to is one of the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance songs from one of the boss fights, and it's going to be very cool.
Uh-huh.
See, now, I imagine it being more something along the lines of, like, heavy metal Eddie the Elephant, Nelly the Elephant. You know?
Yeah, kind of. Well,
Just-
actually, the song that
Something really...
I'll send you a link to it, Jamie, or Jamie and Chris, if you want it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the vibe I'm going for, because it is kind of metal.
I won't be able to listen to it till the stream's over, but yes.
I'm back.
That's true. Yeah, I'll just send it to you so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Have we got a Rain and have we got a Harlan?
Didn't see Harlan.
That's a no and a no. Oh, Harlan's not even in here. Oh. Oh, he did say he'd be right back.
No,
No, he
he hasn't
didn't.
been here for
Yeah,
ages.
no, he left a
He
while
hasn't
ago.
he hasn't got back yet. Right.
Mm.
I can't hear
That's
the
the
disconnect
one.
sounds
There
while I'm
it is.
streaming.
Ah.
Yeah, so if you were to all just leave, I would have no idea.
No, we put that to the test a while ago, if you recall.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, no, I remember. Players mucking about with me. That's alright. I'm fine with it. Okay. So we'll wait till Rain is back and then we will continue.
Standing here holding my blade, desolate place, without any trace. All right, send it to Chris.
Happy music.
Happy music.
Ah, you're back. Wonderful.
Send this to G.
I like to think that's what's going on in Mortar's head. He just reaches like an epiphany of, this is where I belong. And he's getting smacked in the face. No?
What's that? Sorry.
That's
Sorry,
all
I
right.
didn't hear a thing. Sorry.
No, it's probably best.
No,
you
come
didn't
on. What was
No.
it?
No.
Damn it.
No, Chris was just saying about happy music.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can imagine Mid getting punched in the face. Mortar's just got, I don't know, random sample. Oh, fuck, what's
Sunday,
that? How does
Monday,
that...
happy day. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy day.
Actually, that's a good
Yeah.
point, because while she's drawing, she should be playing or listening to something, probably. Hang on.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, what is
What
she
is-
in the mood for?
What is Ellie actually listening to? Let me just roll a D.
Rain, this is what I was picturing. Kind of the atmosphere for Mortar getting beaten the shit out of was for the music. I love this song, and I'll send it to Simon as well. But it's
Edgy.
I love it. It's amazing. I love it, and I am not apologizing.
And I can't watch it because it's streaming. And copyright.
Yes, correct.
That's okay.
Oh,
Correct.
In a bit. After the session's over.
So Ellie is currently listening to Ooh.
Please be cool. Please be
Pop
cool. Please be cool.
music.
Please be cool.
She's just listening to pop music.
Sabrina Carpenter espresso.
Yeah, I was about. Ah. Oh no!
Yeah.
Or
Actually,
hot to
that's
go.
really funny. No, I was going to say espresso's really funny. Actually,
I think it was something along the lines of when I was originally going with this. It was something like, more K-pop, that lot, but it just wrote pop down.
oh sick!
So she's listening to something. She's humming and having a good old time over there. while Mortar's getting the shit picked out of him.
Yeah.
This is more what I was thinking of. What a wonderful.
It's like Mortar in his
world.
mind is going like, yeah, this, it's like this is why I deserve. It's real edgy and real sad, and then Elliot's just like, think about me, no.
Literally.
Okay. So, returning back to the house with Kirv and Vinny there.
That was what I had in mind.
Are you posting stuff or?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can do.
I can post it in the thing if you want.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Rain, that is spot on. That is spot on. That is absolutely it.
That is so perfect, Simon. Holy crap!
Oh no, I don't know how to listen to any of this.
Tell you what, have you seen The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You know the Stan Lee bit in that?
Oh, yeah, he's in the library.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic scene.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, that's awesome. I'm just
love
being
that.
thrown around by a tiny guy with a half sheared off beard, just getting absolutely wrecked.
Well, before we get to that, Kirv and Vinny,
Yes.
you two are otherwise back at the house. You've been looking through these letters. Vinny, go ahead and roll me an intelligence save with advantage.
I'm back.
Oh no.
Ah, perfect timing.
It's Romulus.
It's Romulus. We're just returning
Welcome
back to the house.
Back. That was insanely good timing.
Mm.
Okay, that is a 17.
Okay. As you're kind of looking through these letters, looking for details, you're remembering bits and pieces. Bits of the section which you don't remember are beginning to fall into place. Not the whole jigsaw by any means, but certain pieces. The general timeline of everything is beginning to make a bit more sense. The beginning of those 9 months, you had taken on a job to go and find the Ring of the Worm. The next few months went by. You were otherwise mostly on the road, picking up a few bits and pieces. You were working with a few associates to locate the exact whereabouts of it, as it was in the chain of territory. Going a little bit up on the branch, you then ended up going into the chain of territory. You had your first excursion to try and get it, which it then failed. And that's when you had one of your main memories about a conflict between you and Cassius at that time. Then kind of stoops back down to a little bit more investigation, discovering that the ring had been moved to a new location. And as you prepared for that one, you received additional support, including a lot of individuals who were considered hired help, who you can now a bit more understand are members of the Sons of Silver. Although you do not know any faces amongst them, you see the general assault, the distraction, the defeat of the Blue Dragon, and the events that then transpired there. Gaining that general curve, the understanding of what's going on, a lot of your letters contain a little bit of hesitation about who you're working with, how they're going through a lot of effort for this particular item, and as far as you're concerned, it doesn't seem to be all that special. Cassius seems to be putting in a lot of effort for this individual. How much are you getting paid? The situation that's involved. Is it worth your lives for the amount of pay that you're receiving? Money values have been thrown around of around 4,000 gold each for retrieving this magic item. And to compensate for the danger of confronting a blue dragon. You otherwise picked up on a few of these details as time was going on, along with a gap where it was you weren't able to send letters, so you condensed all of the information from from a series of letters into one letter, saying that you had to go to an area where you weren't going to be able to send letters, where it was going to be quite dangerous to do so, and as a result had to go undercover and remain incognito, and so due to the extended stakeout weren't able to send anything. A few weeks after that message had been sent, there's another little gap, one where you were continuing to do your stakeout after the failed attempt for the first time to get the ring, and after that your letters continued as you sent them back to your mother shortly after you gained your memories back at the end of that 9 months. You have a bit more of an understanding about where everything falls, and it's beginning to put more pieces in place. So, with that information gained, it is at this point that Vinny, you receive a sending from Ellie.
I wrote this in yellow ink. I can't read it. Okay. Look, I didn't plan this far ahead. Vinny, be with you soon. We've seen all the parties, and we're good for Mum to go to Sunnyside Cafe. I advise in the morning, and that's where it ends.
Well
Okay.
played. Well fucking played.
So Vinny, you received that sending. If you're talking, you're muted.
Okay, Ellie was just in touch.
Yep.
They've made arrangements. Mum, they've made arrangements for somewhere you can stay that you'll be safe.
Oh, that's good. Is it within the city, or...?
Yes. I am sorry, I know this is an imposition, but we will get this taken care of as soon as possible.
I understand.
Right then. Not entirely certain what their plan is. She mentioned something about tomorrow, but then cut herself off.
Well, I'm sure she'll have more to say when she gets back. Did she say when they would be back? It is getting dark out now.
Soon, I think.
Okay.
Are they both safe?
From what I could tell, I couldn't imagine they would be doing anything particularly reckless at the moment.
Mash
I'll
cut the
blow myself
Mortar's head
up
hitting
and
the chest.
just get his head caved in. Actually, I should roll for damage because I covered my mouth. How did this go? Okay, 8. No, that's
12 points.
12, and it was 12 points of, and it's number 4, force damage. Cool.
As somewhere in an
Wow, please.
underground fighting ring, a
All right.
centaur child is sat at a table holding money and otherwise just kind of sitting on their own, and then suddenly sneezes and a jet of force mucus from almost draconic-esque breath shoots out of her nose.
Open my mouth. Blast my hands.
In what direction?
Oh, it would have
Moderate.
like down because when she sneezed, when you sneeze, it
Oh,
kind of like
gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah,
went
head
down.
goes
Yeah,
down,
gotcha.
hands go
She-
over the nose, and then all of a sudden it's just bang. People turn around and like, what happened? And you're just there going, ha,
It's like a Hulk thunderclap.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah,
the sheer force of the thing just slams my hands on the table. Like,
just caves the roof in. We all die. Rocks fall.
I have a breath weapon. Revelation.
You have a schnoz weapon.
Huh.
Schnoz.
So, Vinny, with some time to spare, is there anything you would like to do, or is it just going to be a matter of a waiting game for you all back at the house still?
Hmm. Carol,
Yes.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
You were saying earlier you went to a club?
Crocheting, yes.
What's crocheting?
Okay, come with me.
Kirv probably follows.
Okay. As she otherwise gets a small box, kind of slides it under from one of the side tables in the main living room, and pulls out what looks to be some form of a wooden ring with kind of these metal pegs in it. As she gets what looks to be kind of these strands of almost wool and fabric, and begins to tie and weave them, and begins to explain to you how to do crochet. Go ahead and make me an intelligence check. Carol is an alright teacher, so that's not terrible.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
That is an 18.
Okay, an intelligence check.
Oh, no, I'm thinking saving throw. Sorry. No, that's a 12.
That's a 12. Okay. As you take in some of it, and there are times when you're like, I kind of want to stand up and leave. I'm not interested. But you're too polite in this instance to do so, as Carol is just explaining the various techniques, the different things that she's made, the nature of crocheting and how it's helped and stuff, and kind of showing you how to go about it and how it's relaxing and stuff. So for the next hour, you're occupied crocheting.
Could I attempt to make a hat?
Make me a dexterity check with disadvantage.
Yep. It's going to be the worst hat ever, and I love it.
Ball of yarn.
Dexterity?
Yep.
Check.
Well, I'll say sleight of
It's a
hand
9.
actually might be better for this, just in case you got proficiency.
Nope.
It's a
9.
9. Okay. You do the best you can. It's not finished, and you cannot typically crochet something in under an hour, especially if you're new to this. But you do some basic work. It's all right. It probably won't hold up in the grand scheme of things, and will probably collapse under its own weight once you're done. But it's a start. Maybe some more time and some effort on it, and you can crochet yourself a hat.
She puts the attempt in her bag.
Okay. Vinny or Romulus, is there anything in particular you would like to do? Romulus is back, but he is muted, so...
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Right, so what seems to be the... Look, just tell me what to do, because my thing does not... I can hit things.
Well, currently we're just waiting at Carol's house.
So it's just if there's anything in
Okay.
particular you want to do. Do you want to make dinner?
I think I'm just going. Yeah, I think I'm just going to make dinner.
Okay.
What ingredients have we got, Chris?
Mostly fish. There is some fresh bread and fresh veg. It seems to be fairly light on the bits and pieces. Carol wasn't expecting guests, so there's enough food for her for the next 2 or 3 days, but you know, not necessarily for the rest of you.
Right, someone's going to have to go on a grocery run.
Well, it's 6
right,
p.m.
let me see.
I could do that.
Kirv
Are
walks
there
into
any
the kitchen.
potatoes?
Do you need
There's
any of the good
potatoes.
shit? As she pulls out a jar of pickling vinegar.
Pickling vinegar. Do we have any? What would I use vinegar with? Actually, yes, I'll use that to make a vinaigrette. Or we can pickle some stuff. Is there anything you want pickling?
Are you asking Carol this?
I'm asking everyone, like Carol and Kirv.
No, I'm okay.
Can you pickle tea?
You probably shouldn't.
Oh, you just hurt the Jamie.
I heard Jamie
Okay.
take damage. Damn.
Oh, I did.
Are there any cabbages, carrots, or
Fresh veg will cover a
Cucumber.
lot of
peppers
that
or
stuff.
cauliflower?
What about seaweed?
Okay.
Seaweed, yeah.
Nori? Seaweed
That's
salad?
not generally pickled, but all right.
Oh, in a salad and a with a bit
can-
of vinegar
You can
dressing.
prepare it all. Right. Okay,
Sesame
so
oil.
here's what I'm going to do.
I'll go fuck
I'm going
myself.
to take some of the vinegar. We're going to take some of the vinegar. We're going to use it to make a vinaigrette. We're going to have that with some salad options. For some of the other stuff, if there's like cabbage, I'm going to start making some sort of like sauerkraut type situation. Maybe they have some peppers. I'll also try and add those in, get something like a little bit of a sweet crunch to it. Sweet tangy sort of thing we're going for. I'm also going to prep the potatoes, and I'm going to use some milk to make some cream, because that's a thing you can just do if you just keep going at it. And going to make a sort of like a creamy white sauce with some fish and potatoes alongside the salad. And I want to stress, the pickling won't happen quick enough to have the cabbage now, but we will end up having some sauerkraut later on.
Okay. Are you in tabletop?
All right.
Yes. Go ahead and give me a
I
cook's
am indeed.
utensils check, please.
Hell yeah. Am I using any particular thing, like any particular stat with this, or we just doing it vibes based?
I will say, in this instance, go ahead and use... I'm trying to think how best to do this. I'd say go ahead and use wisdom for this, because this will be you trying to make as little food become as much food as possible.
Understood.
That or intelligence, whichever's better for you.
We both know that the correct one is. There's my utility. We are both aware that wisdom is definitely higher than intelligence, even though they're the same. I feel like wisdom, like statistically, is. Anyway, I do have a plus 11 to that, so it's going to be pretty good. Because I do just have expertise with basically all tools, which is fun.
Yeah. All right.
Would I perchance be able to count this as a cooking lesson?
In
Yeah,
how
do you
to
want
make
to provide
sauerkraut,
me some advantage on this?
I know, why not?
you are crocheting, Kirv. You are not allowed to leave the crocheting
I brought
team.
in the good shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're crocheting. You're
Okay.
learning how to
I will-
crochet.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay, so that's only an 18.
Okay. With what little you have, you're able to make it
It's
work.
good, but I've only got so much.
Yeah, it's good, but you've only got so much. It's going to be a little bit light on portioning this evening, but that's not necessarily an issue. Like, by the sounds of it, with Ellie and Mortar out and about somewhere, they're quite possibly eating or drinking something at the moment. So they might come back with a little bit fuller than the rest of you. Plus, you've had a lot of tea and biscuits, so you know it should tide you over very much until the morning, when whatever happens, happens. Okay. And Vinny, is there anything in particular you would like to do with the next hour before Mortar and Ellie hopefully get home?
Yeah, so there are a few things I'd like to do. I'm going to divide most of the time between talking to Mum, both trying to get to, like, help her feel better about the fact that we've all turned up and told her she's in danger and not really explained very much.
Mm-hmm.
And also just to genuinely catch up, since it's been a while.
Yeah.
Since we've been here face to face. I'm also going to be trying to keep an eye out the window, maybe hoping that Beau might give me a hand.
Yeah. That'll be alright.
Just see if there's anything of any note happening outside.
Okay.
There are two specific things I want to do as well.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Mum if she's under the effect of any spells that she is aware of.
I can't say that I am. No?
Okay, that's good. Just to try and check this, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on her.
Okay. Dispel Magic hits. There's a wave of it rolling over. In the event that there is any spell, go ahead and roll me that d20 and add your charisma modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So total is...
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, so
Nice.
any spell of 10th level or lower, in theory, has been removed. Nothing changes
Good
with her.
shit, man.
You feel, after casting it, you feel fairly confident as you watch as the magic kind of washes over her, kind of this light, almost dust in this moment. And as it begins to settle, you don't see it begin to peel any magic away or anything crumble. There's no light shattering sound. There's nothing. And as it dissipates, the dispel magic is gone. If it had took anything with it, it doesn't seem to have affected her straight away. So if there was anything on her, then it is now gone. And if there were any magic items on her, which it doesn't look like there are, they are suppressed for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Just wanted to check.
It's okay.
Right. With that done then, I'd like to use 4 charges of Songwriter.
Okay.
Definitely should have done this the moment we turned up, but now's okay. To cast Death Ward on her.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so that will last basically till the end of this day, and then need to do it again on the next morning, but
Through
good to
some of
know.
the night.
Yeah.
If we're gonna sleep in a layman's tiny hut, I'll do it again tomorrow morning.
Yep. Okay. So, with the Death Ward taking hold, it otherwise begins to settle on kind of... In this moment, you kind of take Songwriter and you just kind of hold it there on your lap while she's busy crocheting, and kind of you subtly run your finger along the edge of it, and it's kind of this small dribble of black ink falls off the edge of it, almost instinctively turns into this line and shoots kind of underneath the sofa, and you can see almost this subtle piece of magic wash over the nape of her neck, and you watch as it then almost forms a natural necklace around her, which she doesn't notice as she's busy crocheting. Kirv, you notice this, and as the necklace forms, you watch as it kind of solidifies into this kind of slightly more pearlescent coloration, kind of a natural piece of jewellery that contains the Death Ward within it.
That's some powerful stuff.
Do you say that out loud, Kirv?
Yeah.
What is, dear?
The spell?
Yeah, sorry, Mum. I'm casting magic in the house.
Oh, that's all right. Just don't burn anything down, and that's quite all right.
Mhm.
Speaking of, now seems like the perfect time to do this. Go ahead and roll me wild magic to see if that's set off a wild magic.
Oh, right, sending.
Tactical nuke.
There's a sneeze, and then just
God,
a
let's
bomb
hope-
goes off.
18.
Nothing happens. Shame. Okay. So, with that, you've cast Death Ward. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
This only works in line of sight. Trying to cast fine traps around the whole house might be pretty difficult.
Is it really only in line of sight? Instantaneous one action. Yeah, it is within line of sight. Huh.
Yeah. 120 feet range is great if you're in like a big hall in like
Corridor.
a dungeon, but
Yeah.
yeah, in a big in a small like enclosed space like this, it's not as valuable. I could cast it and like confirm definitively that there are no traps in the living room, and then it turns out that there's one in the
hallway, or yeah.
Was it a concentration spell?
yeah.
No, it's instantaneous.
No, it's just instant.
Oh,
I'll
damn.
say in this instance,
Sorry, BRB.
given
Fuck.
given the familiarity with your house in this instance, if you wanted to cast fine traps and then explore the house to see if anything has lit up, I will allow that. Just because you have that familiarity with the house ahead of time.
Yeah, sure. In that case, I will spend another 2 charges to do that.
Okay.
Fine traps can be a bit of a niche spell, but this seems like the perfect opportunity for it. So,
Wandering around the house, you look
Want to make
around
use
for
of it?
any form of traps that you might be able to find. You have a look through your room, you have a look through the bathroom, have a look through the kitchen, the living room, dining room, the hallways, and you go into your mum's room, and you have a kind of a quick scan of the area in here. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
uh, 17.
17. You look about the room, and it's Granted, it's not the first time you've been in here today. You came in here to get the letters from the shoebox, and then you proceed to sit down in here and kind of look through the letters and such. You have a look round. You can't see anything lighting up, and you feel fairly confident that the whole house seems to be trap-free.
Okay.
So, with that, we will now return to our daring duo, one who has just sneezed and almost blown off their hand, and the other of whom is about to do some fighting. So,
Hell yeah.
if you are both ready,
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Whew!
you don't sound so
I mean, I'm not fighting, so...
No, but you're still there.
Well,
So,
Is there any sort of dad sense that I can activate to feel like a disturbance in the force about
you
this?
do. You feel a slight disturbance in the
Something's
force as
not right.
dad, but something's not right, but it's okay. You feel that Ellie is still safe. but-
Somehow I blame Mortar.
Yeah,
My Romulus sense starts tingling immediately.
yep.
Flight's
I'm
harder.
like, oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat when I get back. Well, we better hold nothing back in this one then. Sorry, guy.
So, Mortar, you've stepped down into the
Hello.
arena in the ring in this moment. You can see that Connor, the dwarf across the way, has kind of has almost loosened up his hands and has now kind of pulled them into two fists in front of him and says, "Good luck, friend."
Likewise. And Mortar will just, he won't take up a defensive position, but he will stand sideways on and just kind of look at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh shit, what? I've just gotten back. What's going on?
Mortar's fighting a dwarf.
Yeah!
Hey, dang, I did pretty good.
Oh dear.
What'd you get?
That's a nat 1! That's a nat 1!
You stand side on, and in this moment you're like, okay, relax, get ready for the bell, and before the bell sounds, Connor is up beside you and is taking a swing towards your kidney.
Oh,
As
Before the bell rings, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
and there's no bell ring, as it seems to be just a matter of when you're both ready. And in this moment, Connor steps up, goes for the swing, but with that hit, you just about manage to move out of the way as you're like, whoa, wait. In this moment, before the crowd jeers and he goes, "Oh, I thought you were ready!" And he's going to take a second swing, this time towards your gut.
Well, I think as he says that, Mortar will kind of look where Connor missed and go, I thought you were ready.
As you say that, he kind of steps in closer, and with a forward push, there's a moment of you're like, oh yeah, no, this is fine, before the punch hits with a natural 20, and in that moment, it hits into your gut and your abs, which have not been tensed in quite some time for the purpose of strength, and more built for agility. And in this moment, as the punch hits, connects, you feel something in your intestines complain at the implication of the hit, and in that moment you kind of feel winded as you take a step back, and you just feel your insides almost hurt as he takes a step back and just goes, "Alright then, warm-up's ready," and you watch as he spits on both of his fists and pushes them together and takes up a more of a defensive stance. What did you do in response as he backs up a little bit?
I think Mortar, I think that hit, that nat 20, like you said, Mortar's not built for strength. I think he is on his knees with how powerful that hit was. And I think as he kind of like coughs up spit, there's like a little bit of blood in there, like you say. His intestines are complaining very much by that. He kind of takes a second, composes himself as much as Mortar can, scoops up sand from the ground, runs it across his knuckles, rubbing it together, does the same on his palms, and then he is just going to sprint towards this guy as fast as he can, and attempt just to leap and knee him in the face.
Okay. Using a little bit of your height advantage, go ahead and make the attack roll.
So, is this with Dex or with Strength?
This will be with strength.
Okay, so +1, +5, so +6.
Okay.
That is an 18.
That hits. As you run forward, your knee connects with his face, and in this moment there's almost a little bit of a, not quite a full-on crack sound, but the momentum carries as it hits in that moment, and you see he kind of shies his face away from the hit, but as it hits kind of the edge of his jaw, you see that his face ripples in that moment as you kind of dart over the top of him, coming to a spin on the other side and readying yourself for your next move. As he turns, and instead of going in a defensive stance with his fists up, you watch as he, with his eyes closed, where one of them seems to be watering now from the hit, he lifts his hands out to either side, moving to a grappler's pose.
Mortar isn't much of a hand-to-hand combatant. He loves a good brawl, but he's not a skilled, what I would quote as a skilled fighter. He's a scrapper. So I think Mortar doesn't really give a shit, and he kind of makes that mistake of running into his space and just attempts a wild haymaker just to try and take this guy out.
Okay, make me another attack with a wild haymaker.
Oh damn, that is a 22.
Okay, it's a good hit.
Yeah.
As the swing comes down, otherwise clocks and strikes over the top of his head, as there is almost a slight ringing, a daze in this moment as his head is knocked to one side. But almost on instinct, his arms reach around and then lock on the back behind you into almost a into a kind of a tight grasp, which you feel begin to take hold. As it does so from kind of moving into that close quarters, he is then in this moment going to squeeze and just attempt to lift you up a little bit to make sure that you don't have the footing that you might need for a powerful attack. That's a pretty good hit. That is a natural 17. As in this moment he lifts you up. The squeeze is enough that again your midsection begins to complain more as it is being squeezed in this moment, as he's like, "You fight all right for a tall one," as he's lifting you up and squeezing in that moment. What do you do in response?
I think Mortar, just where he would usually try to retort with like a witty barb or something, he's really not in the mood, and he just looks down. He looks down at this guy because our heads are pretty close together, and he just goes, "You talk too much," and he's going to try and take a chunk out of his nose, trying to bite it.
Okay, remember this guy is a dwarf, so where his head is probably on your chest area.
Oh,
because
gotcha. Never mind then. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Gotcha. Okay.
That's right.
So my arms are bound, back's done like that. I think the only thing Mortar can do is like try and kick. So I think he's aiming for the groin.
Okay.
Give his head a
Go
nibble.
ahead.
Give his head a nibble.
Give him a ball
Little
spot.
nibble.
Nibble on top of his head. That is a 14.
14, not quite. As you go to try and kick his groin, he's like, "Too many people have tried that before. It doesn't work on me anymore."
Puzzling implications. Mortar will try it again.
Okay, go ahead. Make
Just because at the moment, I pick. Oh no! Actually, Mortar's arms are kind of by his side. So what he's going to do is he's going to try and jab his fingers in between his ribs, trying to almost send like a pressure shock through his nerves in that kind of region.
Okay.
21.
Okay, I will have this be a strength save in response. That's cocked. That would have been a success. Oh, that's not anymore. As in this moment, you jab the fingers into the sides of his ribs in that moment, and as that happens, his hold lets go and he releases you for a moment as he kind of steps back and goes, "Oh, that's more like it." And you watch as he kind of takes a step back, wipes the the seepage from his eye, where his eye was still watering, and he just kind of looks at you and with his hands ready to go into kind of grabby mode again to grapple you and deal with you accordingly. On his go, he is going to rush towards you and he's going to attempt to rugby tackle you.
Yeah, awesome.
That's a natural 18. As he rushes towards you,
damn,
as your feet hit the ground, you have no time at all as his arms come in, wrap around your legs, and he kind of drives you down to the ground before he is going to attempt to jump onto your stomach in an attempt to straddle you. Okay, that is a natural 1. What would you like to do in response as he lets go of your legs and jumps to try and get onto your waist to straddle you and start pummeling into your face?
This guy goes airborne, and Mortar, seeing what he's trying to do, after kind of momentarily having the wind knocked out of him, rolls into a spring backwards handstand and kicks upwards as hard as he can, flipping himself back into a standing position while this guy goes flying across the ring.
Okay.
Fuck
Go
yes,
ahead.
and can.
Go ahead and make me the attack roll.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
As-
19.
As your hands go behind you, you roll back, kick upwards, and Connor gets hit. Being airborne, he has no grounding or leverage to work with, and he is pushed back across the arena into a tumble before hitting the other side of the arena. The arena itself isn't big. This is like a 10-foot diameter space. This is designed for close quarters, no running. And as he's kind of pushed against the back wall in this moment, he kind of shakes his head in that moment as you stand up and you're in a ready pose. So, while he is vulnerable against the wall, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that as this guy's kind of hit, kind of his vision momentarily goes fuzzy, and as he looks back where Mortar was, Mortar's already about maybe a couple of feet from his space, and he's driving his prosthetic knee into his guts to try and wind him.
Okay, go ahead and make me the attack roll.
Yeah, he essentially like wraps his hands around the back of his head and then brings his entire body into Mortar's rising metallic knee.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's a 2.
Okay. As you go
Plus
to
6.
as you go to try and put the prosthetic knee into him, you watch as there's a moment where it's strange watching this happen, but you grab the back of his head to pull his body forward into your knee, and you just watch it as his head goes down, hits your knee, and there's a resounding, like, almost a resonating crack sound as your knee is knocked down and away from you, and you watch as he pulls back up, and he's got a bruise on his forehead where he goes, "I've been in too many fights to be taken out that easily," and he's gonna spring back to his feet, seemingly gotten some clarity after using his head as a battering ram. But it is still your turn. What would you like to do?
This guy's loco. Mortar will kind of, seeing that doesn't work, Mortar will kind of move backwards out of his range to try and encourage him towards him, and he'll take the dodge action.
Okay. So, taking a step back to be defensive in this moment, you watch as kind of Connor stands up, kind of clicks his neck to either side, stretches his kind of rolls his shoulders a bit, and kind of flexes his fingers, kind of seeing you taking the defensive stance. As in this moment you watch, he almost pauses and goes to jump towards you, and in that moment you take a step back, and he just kind of stands up, almost relaxed, noting that you're taking some form of defensive measures, and goes, "Oh, did I scare you? You scared a little old me, tin can," and he puts his fists to his hips and starts doing a chicken motion.
Bruh.
As he is just going to proceed to taunt you as you are taking the dodge action instead of fighting back. It is your go.
Okay. What does the taunt action, does it do anything mechanically?
No, it's just him being a dick.
Okay. No, that's cool. No, just wanted to make sure. I think Mortar... Quick point of clarification. Do my psionic abilities count as magic?
They would deem them as magic because it's not using your fists.
Gotcha.
Even though if you were to look at the clarification,
I was more thinking of the physical boosts. So, for instance, the speed, the burst of speed and stuff like that. Less the actual casting of mind.
Oh, so the favors and
explosions.
stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then that would be. Then I'd say that you could probably get away with that.
Okay. First
In your
thing
heart,
Mortar will do then is hit. Yes, but Mortar right now just wants to fight someone, and he doesn't really care how he does it, so long as he sticks to the rules. Mortar will. I think that as this guy's doing the chicken dance, that rage that Mortar so commonly succumbs to, I think it comes back to bite him in a real way. I think that he just lets his emotions take over. And I think he allows a little bit of Snap's savagery to kind of egg him on as he uses burst of speed to, in like a second, he'd crossed the distance between them. And instead of going kind of head on with his attack, he's trying to kind of, as he's running, leap towards him and then spin his leg to create this arcing sideways axe kick to try and just knock him completely on his ass.
Okay. Go ahead and make me the attack then, please.
Yeah, that's a 10.
As you do this, you go to do the spin, and as you do, he just kind of ducks in this moment underneath the swing as it goes wide over the top of him, and you realize that you've done something very dangerous in this moment. By doing this particular maneuver, and with him having a held action, you've left your nads open.
Yeah.
That's cocked.
The baby makers.
In this moment, with a natural 17, his fist, he's just kind of doing the chicken. He ducks, and as the camera pans away for the
Johnny
censored
Cage-ing
moment,
me.
there is a high-pitched squeal from a punch connecting with somewhere where it really shouldn't. And all of the gents within the fighting bar cringe in that moment as Mortar goes down onto the ground and rolling in pain.
Yeah.
You can attempt to stand and fight, but I will ask you to make a wisdom saving throw. Or no, a constitution saving throw in response.
Mortar, I think he doesn't. I think that he gets onto one knee, holding his groin, and just looks at him and says, just between kind of gasps of pain, he's like, "Is that it?"
Do you
Just
want it
holding his nads, just looking at this guy.
Do you want it to be it? He's asking you at this point, do you want it to be it?
Is this a fight or a conversation?
Alright, fair enough. He's gonna, while you're vulnerable in this moment, he is gonna make an attack against you, an attempt to just clock you. I'm gonna give him advantage in this moment because you would class as prone.
Yep.
That will hit. Natural 14 plus his modifier. As he swings in, he otherwise clocks you around the jaw. Not enough to necessarily knock you out, but enough to put you in a position where you're feeling it's going to be downright difficult to stand back up.
Yes,
so,
for sure.
Also, the DC is increased for the con save if you do wish to stand back up. Otherwise, he's going to begin putting his fists up and like, yeah, I've won.
Mortar is going to attempt to stand up,
Okay, make me a constitution saving throw. Due to the 2 hits that you've taken, the DC has gone from 12 to 14. Each hit you take from here on increases the DC.
Yep, that's fair. I will add a +8 to this. 22.
Okay. Feeling a little dizzy, you stand back onto both your feet as Connor's just kind of got his fists raised, people are cheering, and a few individuals begin pointing, and Connor turns around and in that moment he's a little bit open. What would you like to do?
His arms are up in the air. Mortar is going to, again, sprint as fast as he can at him and just attempt to slam his metallic fist under his armpit as hard as he can.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and make me the attack roll. That hits.
That is a, yeah, that's a 22.
Okay. As your fist hits the underside of his arm, kind of his armpit, there isn't a resounding crack, but you watch as there's a pop in his shoulder, as you seem to have dislocated his arm as he staggers to one side. He is going to have to make a Constitution save on his part to remain in the fight. His DC is 12, because this is his first one above it. And that is a natural 5. In this moment, as you punch under, dislocating the shoulder, he steps back to one side, and as his arm goes limp, in this moment, he kind of looks at it, not quite in shock, but very much in a like, okay, that's gonna need some healing and some dealing with recovery-wise. As you watch as he begins to try and pop it back into place, do you let him have the chance to pop it back into place to try and continue this fight, or are you going to strike him while he's vulnerable?
Mortar's going to let this guy pop his arm in. The objective of this isn't to win, it's to feel something.
Okay.
And this guy has shown some serious grit and Mortar respects it.
Okay.
So he's going to let him pop his arm in, and he's just going to stand there and just watch.
Okay. As you kind of stand there and watch, he, this time with an 11, pops his arm back in, as he kind of flexes his shoulders again and just goes, alright, ready to go again. And as he lifts his arms, it is your go. He has to use his whole turn to make a second one after a failure. What would you like to do? Hello? Is anyone else there?
Dan disconnected.
No!
I am. Oh, it's back.
Oh, he's back. Dan?
Well.
Maybe.
Audio. Discord, he says, is rejoined.
Yeah. Might be having connection issues. Inconvenient. So, Ellie, you're sat above in this moment. You can hear the sound of fighting. You heard the high-pitched squeal of Mortar as his nads were punched. The sound of bone crunching below, and kind of individuals who are watching and onlookers just kind of oohing and ahhing, and cheering, jeering, enjoying their time as you're kind of sat there doing your doodles. You send the sending, and in this moment you sneeze. There's this loud bang from within the pub itself as your hand goes flying into the table, and it is now sore. It hurts. The skin on your palms, or what skin there would be, would have been blown off, and you can just kind of see a little bit of a char mark where the force damage has hit. And as you otherwise kind of look up, you see the eel individual has approached your table, and at this point has taken a seat opposite you. Where do I know you from?
I wrote it down and I've instantly lost it because I decided to try and write this in yellow. Why am I like this? Was someone like, I need an adult to help me adult here.
Why do you have a yellow pen?
Because, look, I couldn't find any other colour, so that was the only one I had on my desk. Captain Marley, was it? Oh, how have I lost a notebook already? Well, you're one of Captain Marley's men, right?
And how do you know that?
Oh, last time you saw me, I was a normal centaur. I'm Ellie Fleethoof. Met your captain before. We played a game. Gesturing.
Oh,
over to,
that?
Yeah.
You've changed.
A lot has changed.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. I kind of become a bit more.
Yeah, no kidding. That's why I recognized you. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I assume the captain's around then?
Aye, he is. He's in town at the moment. Are you wanting to meet up and chat or play games like old times?
I mean, depending entirely on how long we're around. Well, I'm just destroying my desk trying to find a pen that's not yellow!
It's
I've
all
got a
right.
black
Take your
Sharpie
time.
And a pink one.
I'm sure they must
Smell
have more
me.
than just yellow crayons in this box.
No, it's just all yellow. There is a blue one, but it's been chewed. Yeah. But yeah, no, I will if we get a chance. I'd like to, because I mean, obviously we've got to have a rematch at some point.
I suppose that's true. So, time hasn't treated you kindly then, by the looks of it.
Well, you know what? For the negatives, there are positives. I've made a lot of new friends, and I've just found out I have a breath weapon now. I breathe fire and force. Mostly force. That really hurt.
Well, I guess it's more eventful than acid like everyone else.
Let's not tempt fate.
So, what brings you to town? City or Outland?
Well,
To port? I heard you weren't in
well-
the Beastlands for quite some time.
come to see a friend's family. But we're going to WizardCon next, so that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. My spells have got significantly stronger. In fact, I think last time we met, I could only cast Mage Hand. Huh. Really was a long time ago.
I'll pretend to know what any of that means. I don't do wizard stuff. Ask me to gut someone and you'll have got a different matter, but... And your friend
That's fair.
down in the ring, is he one of your new family?
Yeah, he's going through something at the moment and just needs to burn off some energy.
Fair. Same
By the
reason
sounds of
here.
it, I don't know if it's going well.
No,
he's
I don't
right
think you're going to
here.
have any siblings anytime soon. Or nieces or
Oh.
nephews.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun one to explain.
Anyhow,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm just here blowing off some steam as well. Listening to the sound of people getting beat up is actually quite fun and soothing.
I'm not really listening to them fighting and getting beat up. I'm kind of listening to music. But, would you like to have a little listen?
Sure, why not?
I'll hand it over. This just what I'm listening to. Just pop music.
Oh my word, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey!
Hey, but-
He otherwise listens to it and then he just kind of takes off and goes, "This is both amazing and disgusting at the same time. Why do I love it?" He just kind of, and he
I
puts
don't
it back
know,
on
but-
and begins to listen to it before kind of handing it back and goes, "Anyway, if you want to see Marley, you'll find our ship down in port. If you're
Okay, sweet.
if you're otherwise hanging around here, then you can introduce me to your friend. Once he's
Yeah, we're
conscious,
just
maybe.
getting beat up. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of,
What's the name of the ship again?
oh, you don't remember?
I think I've been through enough in my lifetime to currently warrant, forgetting the name of a ship.
Yeah, that's fine. The whale's call.
Awesome. Okay. I don't think we ever actually introduced last time we met. Well, I hold out a tentacle. Ellie.
He holds out not quite a similar tentacle, but a clawed hand, and otherwise shakes it. Krell.
Okay. Well, if we get a chance, I'll definitely drop by and have a challenge Captain again. But just in case, anyway, tell him I say hi.
Will do. As he otherwise kind of sits and listens and helps you find the not yellow crayons. Mortar, you're down in the pit. At this time,
Hello.
you've kind of waited for Connor to otherwise pop his arm back in as he relocates his shoulder In this moment, he raises his fists in a defensive posture, but seems to courteously let you take the next swing.
Amazing. Mortar will kind of nod in response, and he's going to again, Mortar just does what he always does and throws himself at his opponent. He's going to, so after seeing that now a weakness has been created in his shoulder, he's going to, instead of going for that, attempt to try and pop out his kneecap with a very low kind of kick. I'm just going to rejoin the tabletop quick.
Mm-hmm.
Color, here I am. Okay, so it's a +6.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18 hits. Okay.
Yeah, so Mortar doesn't do it sideways on. He does it full on, like he kicks from a head-on position, so his kneecap goes out of the back of his leg is what he's aiming for.
Okay. You, in that moment, take that kick, stepping forward. Your heel otherwise connecting with his kneecap, and as it pushes, there is a crack sound. As he goes down onto one leg, he almost begins to shout, but otherwise kind of rolls over and just kind of nods and goes, "Aye!" And in that moment, the bell is sounded with the end of the match. As you have defeated Connor. He failed his con save.
I think Mortar feels not... He still doesn't feel satiated. He feels like he shouldn't be standing, and the fact that he won... He doesn't feel any joy in it. He feels like he should have lost, that he deserved to lose. But he walks over to Connor and he'll offer him he'll put his arm around his shoulder, and kind of aid him in leaving the ring, provided he is open to it.
Yes, he is. And as he goes, you fight you fight well for a scrappy twig, but those metal joints, they hurt when they hit. Good, well done either way.
Yeah. Thanks. You too.
You know, help him out.
You maybe introduce me to a few more fighters. I'm still kind of need to go.
As you otherwise help him out, you can see that Ellie has now been accompanied by someone at the table, and Connor otherwise goes, "Well, there are a few others I'm sure you could arrange for the next match if you wanted."
There was a Centaur, wasn't there, previously?
There was a Centaur previously, who now seems to have conveniently disappeared and doesn't actually want to fight you.
That's fine. No worries at all. I guess I'll head over to the bookie and just see who... Someone a little bit maybe higher up, kind of where the betting is, because that's where the more serious fighters will be. Mm-hmm. Mortar smells blood in the water, and he's kind of in a bit of a frenzy right now. Like, he needs to burn this off before he does anything.
Okay. Going over to the bookie otherwise kind of looks up and down and goes, "You did well in the fight, I'll admit that, so well done. But in terms of your next match, unless you're looking to begin more of a series of fights, it'd probably be best that you rest up for the time being. Otherwise, you're going to potentially cause yourself some permanent injury."
I think, yeah.
For the time being,
Mortar will
take a drink,
nod.
rest up. If you want time for more fighting, then you're more than welcome to go. But I recommend resting up for the time being. The bookie otherwise nods before.
Mortar will take the bookie's advice, just kind of nodding. Yeah.
Two more tags, a red and a blue one, are put up as new names are written on the board as individuals begin. This one seems to be more of a fervent betting involved in this one.
I think then Mortar will head back to the table with Ellie.
Mhm.
Just kind of pull up a chair, sit down.
And you can see that sat opposite Ellie at the table is the Eel Murdu. Or is Eel Murdu, who you're not entirely sure who it is, but seems to be having just like kind of a jovial conversation with Ellie.
Mortar won't interrupt. He'll just kind of sit there until he's introduced into the conversation. But his attention is mostly on who the next fighters are, because
Yeah.
something about that ring, something about being in that intense of a confrontation, he feels almost something stirring within him. Like there's more to this which he wants to learn and wants to know, and he wants to watch and see how proper fighters do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Welcome back. How did it go? Oh, by the way, this is Grill. Mortar.
Pleasure.
He won.
Likewise. Yeah, somehow.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good first match.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be here long enough to try and make a hobby out of it, but no, it's definitely something.
It's always worth coming back here. It's good fun.
Yeah, I can see that. I see that. So how do you two know each other then?
When I was younger, I beat his captain at a game.
Really?
Yeah. Beat the captain at Illusionists Creed. Did very well. Especially for a first-time gambler. But more
Never
so,
heard of
we're
it.
in good standing with her grandfather.
Oh, gotcha.
Or at least the captain is.
That makes one of us.
You walked away from it. You're fine.
That's a
Many
positive for
haven't.
sure. Helps to
Lucky
be war
me.
heroes together.
Just drink. Oh, what? Your captain was the war
Well.
hero, or you fought in the war, or?
Nah, captain was close with him in the wars.
All right.
They've worked together for quite some time.
Okay. Well, it's useful information, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know this. But go look at that thing. We really should go soon. I mean, with what's going on and Vinny's mum on the line, we kind of.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We should.
Someone's in
I think
danger.
Mortar kind of looks back at.
Look over, but you know what? You know, I do trust you, and I know full well the thing. Yeah, some people potentially from Lord Trustin are after a friend's family.
Can't say I know who any of that is, but do you need
No.
do you need safe passage? It's kind of what we specialise in.
Actually, that's a very good idea. Especially since we've already told someone that where we were supposed to be going. Anybody on our trail would still follow that. Instead, we tell everyone to meet us at the port. If you're happy and we're more willing to pay for potentially some safe passage, we could go anywhere. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go to Romulus's house, place? Or
By sea? No, he's in the middle of the mountains.
I mean, I don't know that.
No, that's fair. There's a lot
also
of places
don't
we
know
could go. Current destinations are just to head back to Port Zantac for some shipping reasons.
I mean, I guess
I
it
also
feels
don't
like
know
whether
how-
running from our problems is better than actually facing them.
Also, don't know if you know, she's up for long distance traveling.
Will be a while.
It's
All right.
something we can present. It's something we can present and bring up. It's a
I can tell the
a
captain
valid
to be
point
ready,
raised.
if that helps.
Tell him I'll send him a sending if we require it.
Alright.
But
So yeah,
it's
I know
nice to
that you
you're
probably didn't
around.
know when you were younger, but it's kind of our deal. We smuggle people out of the city. Anywhere, really.
Okay. That's good to know.
You
That's
guys,
good to know.
you guys familiar with any other criminal networks in Hammerwind?
There aren't many criminal networks in Hammerwind. The ones that are there are ones that
Hmm.
usually don't put up much of a stink. Gestures to the fight club around them.
Hmm.
Smugglers and those that are more ship-based are a bit more difficult to work with, but we count as security detail, and because we're in good enough hands with your grandfather, that we're able to get away with it a bit more.
Fair. Guess you have some leniencies if you don't take the mick.
Yeah. Hammerwind isn't one for criminal undergrounds as much. There are criminal circles, but most of them stay on their boats and work offshore on one of the small islands.
Hmm.
Okay.
But
It's good to
being
know.
smugglers, you've probably been around the block a few times, probably know a fair bit of information, yeah?
No, some. That's not necessarily my purview, but one of our group should be able to. You'll probably want to talk to... If you're going to be talking to anyone, you're going to want to talk to Veld. He's the one who'll be able to help
Veld.
with a lot of information. Yeah, he'll be on the ship at the moment, I imagine. He doesn't tend to leave the ship all that often, but he has his associates go and do the work for him. He's what we like to call the
Okay.
Packmaster.
How amenable is he to making new friends?
In what respect? Like you guys, or...
Yeah, potentially.
Suppose he
If
hasn't got...
he's willing to maybe exchange some information, maybe in exchange for a few favors.
Probably wouldn't be against it.
Hmm. A friend of ours mother is in trouble. We want to make sure that she survives what's coming, but we need information about what that oncoming storm is going to be, because we have very little information except for a name.
You've got the time, you can come to the ship, the whale's call now, and we can potentially get some information so he can start work. He's going to need to get the message out so his little minions can find what he needs.
Ellie, you head home with the guards. I'm going to head there and get the information. I'll be fine. Just go and trust me.
He'll be
Mortar will
fine.
stand up. He'll take back his armor, put it back on, and say, "Thanks for holding on to this." Were the drinks any good, by the way?
Yeah, they were. They were.
Huh.
So,
You see that Krell otherwise downs his, kind of puts it down on the table, and you see he otherwise pops the silver inside the mug and just kind of stands up. Right then, follow me.
Right.
I'll look over at Mortar, like, I trust you. And I'm trusting you. If anything happens, send me a sending. Can you do any more of them today?
I have enough juice in the tank. Yeah, I should be able to manage a couple more.
Okay. Then in that case, she doesn't try and convince you, doesn't try and stop you. She holds that hand and says, good luck. You got this.
Mortar will just hold Ellie by the back of the head and bring her in for a hug, just a sideways hug, and just say, "I know, thanks, kid." And he'll walk away with Vel.
Well, first thing to begin with.
Hmm.
You said you got guards with you. In which case, Ellie, you better go first. Take them with you.
Yeah.
We don't want them
Yeah,
following us back
I
to the
plan
whale's
to.
call.
I plan to. I will head on out. I'll grab my stuff, and I will head on out to the guards.
You head on out. The guards are there waiting. A few people have kind of noticed that the guards have been standing around for a little while, but as you exit the area and kind of leave, they follow in tandem. They ask you where Mortar is, and you tell a simple lie saying that he'll be out in a bit, but you wanted to head
I'd
home
say
early.
he wants to carry on drinking.
Yep.
But I'm tired.
They don't bat an eye, and they lead you back to Carol's. In the meantime, Mortar, you travel with Krell in this moment. As the two of you leave, he very much takes the moment of, as he leaves, you watch as he pulls a cloak over himself, and is going to begin to move quietly and quickly down towards the coast. He is going to be stealthing to move as quick as possible, or using stealth to get there as quickly as possible.
I'll do the same.
Okay. So
It's nighttime as well, right?
It's late evening, so it's getting close to dark at this point.
Ooh.
So go ahead and make me a stealth check if you please.
Would that be with expertise?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, so that is plus 15 to stealth.
Nice.
Oh, damn. 19.
19. Okay, you both did pretty much the same. As you kind of move quickly through the streets, using the darkness to your advantage, he is quick. He is very capable when it comes to this. A roguish individual, kind of akin to what you've seen Vinny or yourself do when it comes to being speedy and not wanting to be seen. And you imagine that he's a dab handy with that rapier or cutlass that he has at his side, as he kind of quickly moves about to and from. And as you get close to the dock, you watch as an individual kind of wandering through the dock, what looks to be some form of kind of shoremaster of some form. He moves up and he kind of puts a gold piece in the dockmaster's hand, and the dockmaster just takes it, puts it in his pocket, and carries on walking, as if to ignore the fact of the presence of you and Krell making it to the ship.
Yeah.
As Krell kind of goes up the gangplank and onto deck, you see there are a few individuals there. They're currently kind of enjoying the last of the evening sun, having a little bit of a drink and waiting further orders as the ship slowly bobs to one side or the other. But as Krell comes on, he pulls his hood down and goes, "Where's the captain? And where's Veld?" Captain's in his quarters. Veld is below deck. Who's this?" "None of your business." And Krell otherwise kind of beelines it to the captain's quarters. Kind of knocks on the door. There's a call from inside, and he gestures for you to follow in.
Mortar will follow.
Okay. As Krell steps in, the captain, who now you see is a rather interesting individual, a large tortoise-like individual, a turtle by D&D standards. Has what looks to be one large finned hand like that of a turtle, while the other one is that of a clawed more of a tortoise hand. You see his form is, in this instance, quite hidden within the natural darkness of this chamber, but you can see that his shell is decorated with broken fishnets, hooks and tackles that are otherwise wrapped through the nets, and what look to be two harpoons that are sticking out of the shell itself, that must come from the interior body where he has previously been speared by the looks of it. You see he's leaned forward and he's currently writing a few things with the large fin on one side and just writing on the other. As he looks up, there's kind of a slight glow or burn from some form of pipe that he's got, and he looks up and goes, "Who is this, Krell?" And Krell just kind of takes a step to the side and gestures for you to move forward.
Greetings, Captain. My name is Sahib, and
Ooh.
I would like to make you an offer.
Very well.
Mortar will remain standing until being invited to sit.
Mm-hmm. He finishes.
Kind of, he's drawing upon every single piece of basic etiquette that he's ever seen Vinny perform, and he's like, okay, I think this is right.
Yeah. He finishes writing, and you watch as he puts down the pen and kind of quite simply removes what looks to be something that's weighing down some form of map beforehand, as the map kind of scrolls to a stop on the other side of the desk as he gestures for you to take a seat. It's not much of a seat, it is just kind of a basic seat that's been probably salvaged from another ship or somewhere at the very least, as he gestures. So what
I think
is
still
your
feeling
offer
still
to
feeling
us?
well. We've gotten ourselves into a bit of a situation and potentially could use some aid from those who are a bit more knowledgeable of this neck of the woods than ourselves. Without going into specifics, one of our companions' parents are in danger, mortal danger, and we want to try and protect them. But we don't know enough about the threat to properly stand up to them. And I was wondering if potentially you, or any of your crew, may have had any experience with the threat that I'm about to present to you. In exchange, I'm happy to perform a favor for each response that you give to me. I am capable with weapons, stealing things. So if any of those, or information even, that's what I'm willing to offer, unless there is anything else specifically that you would like from me.
No. Favors are good.
Mm,
And
agreed.
as he otherwise takes the pen, you watch as he raises it to his mouth, and you watch as he stabs his tongue in that moment with the pen, and you watch as he kind of takes a fresh sheet of paper and begins to write, and you watch as smoke begins to rise off of the writing as he begins to write up a contract. As he finishes it, he spins it round towards you, and you see that it is the complete transaction of what you have offered him, that if he can provide you information, you will owe him a favor. You can smell the magic in the air from this. This is more than just a written contract.
With my Mordant heritage,
Mm-hmm.
is there any illusory stuff going on here?
No. This is, by the looks of it, from your understanding as an emissary, this is pure contract magic. And you imagine this is what most individuals of a Warlock heritage might be more familiar with.
Also, I'll look at it, he'll read it, look back up at him.
Yeah,
I wish to know the nature of the favor before performing it. I will not sign unless that is also amended.
You watch as he turns it, writes it down, and otherwise turns it back to you. It is as it is written, as you said, that the favor will be... The notion of the favor will be added information-wise.
Additionally, if the information that you give me is false or out of date, then the favor is rescinded. I want up-to-date information, good intel.
He proceeds to write down a bit further. Again, the writing smoking in that regard, as the writing, there's less and less space as he does it, so the writing is getting smaller as it goes, but it is still appearing, and you can still make it out, and the essence of the contract in place.
A favor, not a long-term commitment.
What was that, sorry?
A favor, not a long-term commitment. So, for instance, he couldn't ask me to join his crew for eternity.
Yeah. He nods to that. I'm not a cruel man. I'm just a diligent one. Krell,
as am I, or I'm trying to be.
Krell at this point takes a step up and lifts a hand, to which the captain, you watch as his eyes just kind of dart to him and linger on Krell, and at that point you notice that one of the eyes, where where the main eye that you've kind of been looking at is kind of a yellowish, almost a goldish yellowish color. The other one has what looks to be a clear cut through it, but instead of being the traditional white of a blind eye, you can see that it's almost gone black and green, as if it has become infected. As he looks up towards Krell. This one is a friend of Ellie Fleethoof, one of their party members. She sends her regards and would like to chat if you get the chance, depending on the nature of what gets discussed back with the rest of the group. To that, you watch as Captain Marley just kind of leans back a little bit. You hear his chair kind of groan as he does so. Before you watch as he takes the paper, looks at the contract that is written, and almost scrunches it up and throws it to one side. You owe me nothing for information that I exchange. However, I may call upon favours in the future that will be fair and accommodating to you. No contract is needed to sign this, but know that if you're in town and I do need a favour of you, I will ask it. Does that sound fair?
A favour of me, not of my friends.
Of course.
Then we have a deal. And Mortar will hold out his hand.
He reaches out the clawed tortoise hand, and as it kind of grips yours, it is a strong grip. Not aggressively so, but just naturally strong and hardy. And as he lets go, he looks to Krell. Get Veld. Veld will know some things. Krell otherwise nods and heads out. To which you watch as Captain Marley begins to stand. There's kind of heavy groaning as he does so. As he takes a step over, you hear a clink of a walking stick. As he moves over to one of the cabinets, as the boat is lightly bobbing here, he takes out a bottle and 2 glasses and places them down and kind of pulls the cork off the top and pours kind of a light drink. Do you partake?
I usually would, but I'm here on business, so none for me, thank you.
Fair enough. He downs one himself, then takes the other one and downs it. Moments later, you watch as a scraggly looking skin shifter kind of steps up. You can into the space here of the kind of captain's quarters. You see that he is wearing kind of a simple tunic, kind of leather armor, which would be just kind of the simple garb that an individual might wear of kind of his station. And as he steps up, you can see that he has kind of this bright whitish fur that is contrasted by what looks to be these brown blobs that currently cover his shoulders. As he steps up and as the lantern above kind of lightly swings with the ship, the light otherwise gives you a bit more of a clue as to what it is, as you watch as one of the brown blobs turns and you can see the fuzzy form of a rat. You called for me, Captain. Yes, this one has questions and we've made an accord. Answer them as best you can. Each one will be worth a favour to us. You see Veld otherwise turns, nods, and otherwise looks to you in this moment. What can I assist with?
Mortar will kind of lean back in the chair, looking appraisingly at this individual. What do you know of the shadows, of assassins, of the criminal underworld that may potentially lurk within Hammerwind? Can you help me with this?
The Veld in this moment looks you up and down before kind of grabbing a rat off of his shoulder and placing it on the back of his hand, and you watch as the rat itself almost begins to dissolve into kind of this black and red ichor, and as it falls over his hand, which is now clawed and facing down, you watch as bits of sinew begin to form into almost puppet strings, and as he begins to almost marionette the melting blob in this moment, it begins to form and a magical image begins to form around him. And you can see a vast network of underground buildings and sections to houses which may or may not be known about. Where specifically?
Well, I don't know the area all that well, I'm afraid, but I do have a name.
We have fighting rings, we have smugglers, we have killers for hire. You mentioned assassins.
No, these are more of a cult. What know you of the Sons of Silver?
To roll on his part.
I like the fact that Mortar's slowly becoming pirate.
Yarr!
What know ye
What
of the
know
Sons
you?
of Silver?
He feels himself kind of like slowly going into that language, and he's like, "Stop it."
Veld in this moment looks at the captain. The captain nods, and you watch as Veld almost pauses in this moment, and you can tell there's information there. That Veld has heard of the Sons of Silver. And as Veld is looking about, almost the diagram and the stuff that he's made, you watch as bits are beginning to fade away from it, being plucked and pulled free. And you watch as a few of the buildings light up in this moment. There have been movements of that particular group within the city. I can't tell you the exact notions of what they do, but I know that they are here.
May I cast a spell?
By all means.
Mortar will first cast Sending to Vinny.
Okay.
I found a contact that can give us information about the Sons of Silver's location. I'm going to cast Arcane Eye so you can see. And that's it.
Okay. Vinny, you are back at home at this point. You've been talking to your mum, making sure that she's okay. It's not long before the door is opened as Ellie enters in. And as Ellie enters in, you hear the words of something being said about a contact who knows the location of the Sons of Silver. As this is spoken, Ellie, you've stepped inside from the exterior at this point. You have otherwise been brought here by the guards. The guards let you, otherwise allow you to go about your business and kind of take a step aside and state that they'll be back in the morning unless you need guarding overnight.
No, if I was try not to raise too much suspicion or eyes upon us, really.
Okay. They accept and they otherwise head on their way. As the door is opened, a small something falls from the letterbox. And as you pick up the small piece of what it is, it seems to be a card of some form. And as you look it over, it seems to note that it seems to be almost like a simple notice stating that the water will be shut off tomorrow between the hours of 8 and 12. So make sure to store any water should you need it, as they will be doing groundworks.
What does it mean?
I will take the card in to everyone else.
Okay.
Doesn't really mean a whole lot to me, but
no. And Vinny, at this moment, you receive that message regarding a possible contact.
You can respond.
Okay. Right, it was specifically the location of the Sons of Silver that you
that they have information on the Sons of
Yeah.
Silver, that I found a contact who is willing to share that with us, and I'm going to cast Arcane Eye to... oh, wait, hold on. We don't have a telepathic network up, do we?
Not
No.
today, no.
Oh, okay. In which case, then... I'm trying to think of a way... in which case, then, hold on. That last part, and we'll amend that last part because I can't show you Arcane Eye. Unless you're willing to allow me, because of my abilities with psionics, translate the Arcane Eye through the sending connection we've established? Or is that too shenaniganery?
I will say, not needing the Arcane Eye, if you want to send I'll say in this instance, an image
Okay.
through to Vinny. So instead of sending a message through sending, it will be the purpose of sending what you can currently see. So a top down of the city with a few key locations highlighted.
Okay. Awesome.
So if you want to send that, Vinny will have that information. I'll say you'll have that information, but given there won't be any way to write it down, there will be checks used to recall that information. History checks, most likely.
I think as Mortar is going to do that, he'll ask, was it Krell, was it?
Krell is the eel, Veld is the
Veld.
Packmaster.
Great. What are these locations?
2 of these are safe houses. These 2 here seem to be points of congregation, and points to 2 spots on opposite ends of the city. This one here has been of recent activity, more so about a hideout, it seems. They've been moving supplies to and from there for the past 2-3 weeks.
Okay. What ends of the city are they?
One seems to be down by the coast, one seems to be up near the top portion, right close to the entrance of the city itself, and the hideout seems to be a little bit close to the marketplace on the city itself.
So one by the coast. So one by the coast, the other one was...
up by the entrance of the city, up at the top. So further inland. Yeah, and the hideout was closer to the market, which is close to the coastal front.
I will send that across to Vinny.
Okay. So Vinny, are there any questions that you would like to ask in response that might prompt Mortar to ask questions?
So yeah, so I'll say, if I can reply to the sending.
Yep.
You may.
Great work. If information costs, I'll repay. Does contact know about the cage?
Mortar's brow kind of furrows at that as he recalls it's been brought up in conversation like once.
The silver cage.
Yeah. And he'll say to Veld, my companion asks if you've heard of the silver cage before.
Oh boy! Okay. For context, Veld has rolled 2 natural 20s for information on the silver
Yo!
cage.
Whoa.
Yo, let's go!
So, in this moment,
Spill the beans, motherfucker.
hey, not all of them. There's still stuff you can do.
Oh, just a lot of beans. Please.
Veld in this moment, otherwise noting this, kind of looks at you and and in this moment you watch as the image is pulled back up into his palm, and you watch as the skin and sinew and flesh begin to re-knit into a rat, which then proceeds to crawl up to his shoulder as he reaches for a different rat at this point, places it on the table, and you watch as the rat, almost in this violent screeching sound, peels itself apart and looks like a sphere of overlapping strands of metal. The silver cage, more recently, has changed hands. It's moved to a new owner. Can't tell you who, specifically. All I know is that the collector within one of the nearby cities, let's double check this on my end now. The collector within Amber Port has otherwise moved their assets and passed one on to a private seller. Someone who seemed to be registered from Veladun.
What about the Ring of the Worm?
How well can you do? That's not a natural 20. Can't say I've heard of that one.
Mortar is on his own right as of now because he is now out of spell slot.
Oh no.
Yeah. Unless Mortar had a short rest at some point after the fight.
I'd say that would be fine, yeah. It would be the
in
last
which
short
case then
rest of the day for the
I am-
party, and that's okay because everybody's getting ready to bed down at this point, so.
Okay. In which case then I'll send another sending to Vinny and I'll say the information. Hold on, let me just, because I did type it down just now.
The silver
The,
cage has been sold by
yeah,
a
the silver cage
collector in the Amber
changed.
Port.
Yeah, and it's been passed on to a private seller registered from Veladun. He doesn't know who. He doesn't have any information on the Ring of the Worm. Anything else?
With that information sent,
Can you
Vinny?
pickle tea?
You're not there.
Fuck's
Vinny,
sake.
with that
Is there anything
information,
else?
No.
with that information being passed to you about a private seller in Veladun, you think
Mhm.
back in this moment, and with your recent successes in the looking
Hell
through
yeah.
the letters, your mind clicks into place about who that might be, and you suddenly realize that the
This
adventure
fucking guy.
of the 9 months took place at the beginning of, or after you had completed a heist in Veladun. That is where you had potentially met your contact initially. So it seems that you might be revisiting an old friend to find out just where that has gone. And you know that person. Real question is, do you remember the name? While I go and find it real quick.
This would be Ian Gemstack.
That is the one, yes.
This bastard.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
realise that
it's open
a
to you
private
if you have
collector,
anything else.
there are a few private collectors, and one of them is very notorious, and also someone who seemed to be tied quite possibly with the Sons of Silver, more as a speculation at that point, but more confirmationally so. So, with that, with the asking of these questions,
If if Vinny does want to say anything in response, I have said that, so I don't know. Do you have any more questions?
So I'll respond to sending Ian Gemstack. Also, long shot, but do they know anything about red lightning creatures?
Red lightning creatures. Okay. Mortar will kind of again listen to that. He'll rack his brain for a minute and not be able to pull anything up, and he'll kind of look to Veld and go, "You've been very helpful. I'll make this my last 2 questions. What do you know of red lightning creatures?"
Okay. I am going.
I have no specification.
The other one was Ian Gemstack as well, wasn't it? Was one of the other things that were.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a question for me to ask. Do you want me to try and confirm that, Sai?
If you can, but
Yep. Okay, so 3 questions then.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll start with the Ian Gemstack, which they will roll with. Actually, no, they just won't be rolling with disadvantage on this information because their name has been prompted. That is an 18. Veld at this point just kind of goes, "That sounds about right." Yes, I believe that is the case. Yes. That
Okay.
sounds right.
And do you know anything of these red lightning creatures? Again, very vague. I don't have any knowledge myself.
Can't
this is
say
over.
I've heard of creatures of that nature. There are elementals in the northern sections that use lightning of varied colours, but red lightning creatures is vague. Can't say I know anything.
Agreed. Okay. Final question. Can you tell me the location of Cassius?
I have no context as to who that is, so no.
Do you have any means of reading thoughts?
I have means to listen into conversations that are less spoken.
More, I was going to show you what he looked like.
Unfortunately, no. Not without your own magic.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Mortar has a means of actually being able to do that. Oh, tell a lie. Mortar will cast Disguise Self.
Okay. Disguise
And
self
he will
is like
transform into
Cassius.
Cassius.
Okay. I will now make a re-roll of that, because they rolled a disadvantage, and this will just be a flat roll. Can't say I've seen anyone of that nature in Hammerwind. Either they're very good at hiding, or they're not here.
I would like to, because you re-rolled that die, right?
Yep.
I'm going to drop the d6.
Okay. So I will roll the d6 for this then. Now, time to remind myself how the d6 works. We
I
adjusted
think it's a
it so
1
you
and a
could
2
use
or
it
a
retroactively.
crit fail.
Yeah, 1 or 2 is a crit
That is
fail,
true.
and then
5 or 6 was a crit success,
Yes.
and 3 and 4 was like a middling success or something.
yeah, it was like a 10. So you would need a 5 or 6
I'm
on
afraid
this.
I gotta head off.
That's fine. We'll be about to round out the session, so that is okay. Right. Roll the dice on the table. 6.
Hell yes. That's a crit. Let's fucking go!
That is a crit.
Ah,
However, the answer is
Oh!
that Cassius is not in the city, and that information is certain. But the only reason they know that is because he was spotted leaving the Beastlands several weeks ago and has not been seen since.
Pass on as much information using it would probably take a couple of castings of sending. So I'll send the first part of information. So it'll be like, first question, yes. Second question regarding the lightning creatures, too vague. Third question, whereabouts of Cassius seen leaving the Beastlands. And then Mortar will cast sending retroactively again. Seen leaving the Beastlands roughly, did you say a couple of weeks ago?
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago. This will be my last sending. Is there anything else you wish for me to... And then it cuts out.
Okay. Just to check on the timeline, him leaving a few weeks ago lines up with him arriving at the Ice King's domain.
So, let me double check this.
Oh, we going deep tonight, boys. We going deep.
So, world calendar. You are on the 17th of Vobden. You saw Cassius about a month ago. So he has been back to the Beastlands in the last month. And he has left 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So that'll be that thing. Okay, so I'll say to reply to this sending. Get details on Cassius. He left. If he came back since we last met. Anything about Trustin and his contacts, particularly here.
Mortar will begin with on the Cassius kind of role. He'll be saying, okay. Sorry, was it what was Cassius doing? Was it? Sorry, Simon.
So
Yeah,
who's
any-
intel on Cassius?
Oh, is there any further
If he
intel
was
you can
spotted
tell us on
leaving, then
Cassius?
like what?
Yeah, like where was he leaving from and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was spotted leaving Menagerie Ridge. He was heading south. So he'd either be travelling
South
along the
from
old
Menagerie
road,
Ridge.
or he'd be travelling in that direction. He'd go straight to the Chainers.
Cassius.
The old road is one that most of your Beastlandic friends know about. The old road basically travels directly north of the Chainers and part of Menagerie Ridge. It is a heavily guarded road. It is also a heavily attacked road. So
it's either the old road or somewhere else, right?
it's either the old road or heading directly to the Chainers. The alternative would be basically non-existent. There isn't really anywhere else. However, Vinny, when this information is brought to you, and as a general note, so you can make this note for when Mortar catches back up with you next session, or after all this is done, you know of another way, as you escaped by it, towards Menagerie Ridge, away from the Chainers. Which means, in theory, there's a way round the Chainers, if you were to head south. Through the very small section of jungle that is there, you can head directly around the around the Chainer's territory, through the Gravecapped Spires, and then past Darkscale, which is where you escaped from previously during your backstory, when you first recovered from your amnesia.
And then the final piece that you were asking for, can you remind me again?
Was any information
Oh,
about
Trustin and his contacts.
Trustin? Yeah,
Yep.
particularly that might be here.
Okay. Are there any contacts here connected to a Lord Trustin? Where was Lord Trustin based again? Just so I can give specifics.
Lord Trustin is based in Braylin, which is about 4 weeks south of Hammerwind.
Perfect. Yeah, so are there any contacts for... do you know of anybody connected to Lord Trustin who was located in... a lord located in Braylin?
Not as far as I'm aware. No one typically seems to offer or work this far north from Braylin. But I can look into it if you want. That is information I'll probably need to try and find out tonight, if I can.
Yes, please. Do you have a means of being able to send us this information that may be a little bit more subtle than
After
pen and
I've
paper?
rested, yes.
Okay, no problem.
The-
Mortar will then stand and he will extend his hand to Veld.
Veld takes it, and you shake his hand, and you can feel that his skin is almost papery thin. And as you kind of shake his hand, he takes his hand back, and you watch as the silver ball on the desk almost transforms back into a rat. And he picks it up and places it on his shoulder, and just kind of nods. If that'll be all, Captain, I must rest after all that. Please
Thank you,
go.
Veld.
Well then, thank you, Mortar, for your questions. We'll be in touch.
Just one more thing, Captain. Just while I have you here.
Mm-hmm.
Mortar will lean on the desk and look at him in the eye. I didn't say my name was Mortar.
There.
Then Mortar will stand, kind of nod his head in a respectful bow and say, "Thank you for your time. When I'm in Hammerwind, I expect I will be hearing from you."
Indeed, son of Jackal.
Oh. About to get bodied.
Mortar just kind of looks at him. And I think that all too familiar burbling of emotion begins to take hold, but Mortar pushes it down because he knows right now that this isn't about him. This isn't time to focus on his things. And he leaves the captain's quarters.
Mhm.
But that name just rings in the back of his mind, almost like a parasite as he leaves.
Okay. And as Mortar heads back to Carol's place, bit by bit, you all reconvene, gathering all of this hefty information that you have gained and the potential favours that you may now owe Captain Marley. You rest on the precipice of what may be to come tomorrow morning, as you prepare for the night and whatever challenges it may bring. For the stream, thank you for sticking with us. Sorry it went on quite a while. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. It should be next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.